I know you've been all over the place. We'll talk about that throughout the course of tonight's game. Rob has been a world traveler.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. The opening faceoff will be dropped by Stephen Renault, tonight's official, as he points over to the score table area in front of us. Travis Iwanek and Dennis Kravchenko. The puck is dropped and we are underway. And off the opening faceoff, it'll be taken by Bobby Shea back into his own defensive zone. Spins on the near wall, took a shoulder from Dyson Stevenson, and that's lifted down the middle of the ice back into the Wichita third. Wichita's Guillaume Lapine near his net, tries to make a long outlet pass that's intercepted the other way, but sent right back into the zone by Travis Iwanek as it goes up the far wall behind the Fort Wayne net. There's a long outlet pass on the other side of the ice. Kravchenko trying to get that to Sean Szydlowski. It goes back behind the Thunder goal for Lapine. Lapine and Szydlowski's line most likely are going to be the matchup. The Thunder are going to have to win that matchup here tonight in order to come out with a victory, as we're now a minute in to the hockey game. No score. Neither team with a shot on net yet. Fort Wayne back in the neutral zone. Binkley will send this into the left wing corner. Wichita's Jeremy Beaudry hard on the forecheck, trying to get that to Ryan Van Stralen, who's new in the Thunder lineup. He has it on the right wing as he got a pass from behind the net, comes up through center, sends it into the Fort Wayne zone. That goes to the end wall. Nice forecheck there by Van Stralen. Holds it on his backhand. He'll play it up the far wall. It goes out to the line, and Tebow with a shot and rebound there in front, and Mark McMillan had it on his stick right near the blue paint, and he was unable to put it in a wide open net as Hauser was caught out. Back the other way, and this will come out of the Fort Wayne zone. Rob, a minute and a half into this hockey game.
Yeah, great opportunity there by the Thunder. Like seeing that early on. Shots to the net and guys in front looking for rebounds.
Wichita back in their own defensive zone. And starting with possession is Jeremy Beaudry. He'll come up the right wing side. Dumps it into a corner. Pushkar in on the forecheck. This goes up the far wall. And now with possession is Marco Roy. He'll skate through center. Leaves it for Baptista. Now a one-timer there by Ryan Culkin, goes off of Nick Riopel up into the stands and out of play.
And the last road trip, not the last road trip, but Fort Wayne, obviously 2 games earlier in the month up in Fort Wayne against the Thunder, took full advantage of being at home in what I would call some defensive lapses, and the highlights that I saw that you posted up on the website. So the Thunder have to play real strong defensively, and like you said here, win the matchup.
Off the draw, play back up the far boards. Wichita's Nick Lotta trying to get possession. Stolen and cleared out to center by Wichita. Now back into the zone is Desjardins, is able to play it down the wall. Now a battle in behind the net. Travis Brown back there, unable to get that over to Boutet. And that's tipped by Chad Butcher, who was in the middle of the ice. That pass was going back to the blue line. He got a piece of it and redirected it out into the neutral zone. Mason Baptista with a turnover. Wichita back the other way. Here's Iwanek near side, trying to center one. And that was intercepted, kept in the zone. And Mark Crevier Moran's shot goes wide to the glove side of Hauser.
Yeah, great shot. Good look there by Moran. Great job defensively by Butcher, too. You had mentioned good stick and good positioning.
Out to the neutral zone. There's a forward pass, far side of the ice. This Fort Wayne team very creative with the puck. Like you said, the Thunder are going to have to be very solid here defensively. Here's Kravchenko across the Wichita zone to the far boards. Kept in the Thunder zone. Here's a shot from the blue line that gets redirected in front by Lane Bauer. Dyson Stevenson can't get it out. It goes right onto the stick of Szydlowski, and Sean Szydlowski had that gloved down by Nick Riopel. He was pretty much on a breakaway from the top of the circle's end.
Yeah, and that was the unfortunate bounce for the Thunder trying to come out of the zone. Goes right to Fort Wayne, and a quick shot on net, but Riopel was up to the challenge. Nice glove hand save. So dangerous opportunity there for Fort Wayne, but Thunder able to recover. Good back pressure there by Crevier Morin too, getting back and putting a little bit of pressure on the Fort Wayne shooter.
Hodgman will take the face-off for the Komets. He wins it back out to the line. Binkley had that blocked on the way in as it redirected through, and Riopel was able to glove it on that far post.
And face-offs and possession, the big key thing here, is Fort Wayne is able to put 17 goals in 2 games on Wichita in those 2 home games. So like again, like we've already talked about, I think possession is going to be important, and certainly being strong defensively.
Off the draw, here's another shot that is blocked by the paddle of Riopel. The other way, here's the Thunder. They come up through center. Konemi finding his man across the zone, and a wrist shot from Ryan Van Stralen is covered up by the glove of Hauser. We'll get a whistle here with 16:33 to go first period, no score.
And 2 offensive possessions are coming down off that rush. Again, we see shots early to the net for the Thunder. And again, you see guys driving lanes, trying to put pressure on the defense and put pressure on the Fort Wayne goaltender, looking for rebounds, looking for those loose pucks, looking for second chance opportunities.
Off the face-off. Puck will go back down to our left, and Wichita's Etienne Boutet will find it in the left wing corner. Headman pass. And the other way, Kevin Dufour racing after it. It goes up the benches on the other side of the ice. Dufour, good forecheck there, but it's lifted out by Baptista. And Wichita's Travis Brown will get to a loose puck back at his own blue line as he was getting hounded on the back check there by Desjardins. Now it's stolen out at center. Kevin Dufour across the red line, and he'll play it deep back the other way. Wichita's Chad Butcher on the forecheck, kept in on the near blue line, and stolen here by Wichita as Crevier Moran will give that over to Wanek. He'll gain the Comet line, sends a wrist shot wide to the glove side of Hauser. Dustin Stevenson will play it back onto the end wall. One-on-one battle there. Bauer able to get to a loose puck as Stevenson tipped it to him. Comes up the near side. He'll leave a pass to Crevier Moran. Here's a Wanek shot on goal. Save made. Rebound. Went right behind the goal line on the near post. Dyson Stevenson trying to jam it off of Hauser. Now Stevenson, one-on-one battle there with Baptista. Comes across the goal line. Tries to play it to the near circle. It got tipped up in the air, and it was knocked down by a high stick. And the whistle comes with 15:21 remaining here in this first period. No score, Wichita and Fort Wayne. The Thunder in the black uniforms here tonight with blue and white trim. Fort Wayne in their white uniforms with orange and black trim. The Komets off the face-off. This will be carried up the center by Curtis Leonard to the left wing side. Dumped into the Wichita zone. Crevier Moran took it away from Sean Szydlowski. There was a play near the net as Guillaume Lapine lost the puck, created a turnover, and now the Thunder are going to be called for a hooking penalty. His delayed call is on the ice currently. Steven Renault's got his hand up in the air. Hauser gets over to the Fort Wayne bench, and the Komets have a 6-on-5 situation on the ice. Szydlowski up the left wing side, dumps it to the far corner, hit the shin pad of Mark McMillan. Wichita has not got in control of the puck yet. It's moved across the Thunder blue line to the other side. Top of the right wing circle, a shot, save, rebound is worked to the other boards. And it'll be a 2-net hooking minor. And that was all created after a turnover. Unfortunately, Lapine was trying to make a center lane pass, and he coughed the puck up, and that forced the Thunder's Mark McMillan to take a hooking penalty.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that he just happened to be reaching for the puck, and the Fort Wayne player goes down. So here's a big opportunity for Fort Wayne and a great opportunity for the Thunder to kind of gain a little momentum off this penalty kill and have a little success here over the next 2 minutes.
Fort Wayne power play coming in at 16.8%. They've scored 30 goals on 179 chances this season. Culkin across, Trevor Cheek. They work it up top. There's a shot by Culkin. That goes just wide of the mark as Hodgman was in the middle of the ice. Now near side, here's Artur Tyanulin, who tries to fire a cross seam pass. He'll get it back near side. Tyanulin, the all-star representative for the Komets. Back up top there for Culkin. Another shot, and the blocker save made there by Riopel. They work it again to the far circle. Back out top to Ryan Culkin. Right wing circle, and there's a shot there from Desjardins that goes wide of the mark. Tyanulin able to keep that alive on the near boards. They move it across again, right wing side. Here's a tip in towards the net as Trevor Cheek scored 2 goals like that against the Thunder back in early February, where they work it around the seam and then they get that quick one-touch pass in the middle between the hash marks.
Yeah, it's kind of a shot pass deflection all at once, and he did a good job getting out of net. Riopel made a good save there. The Thunder did a good job there clearing the lane for Riopel to see those shots from the point. So far so good here. Still 1:19 to go, and the penalty to McMillan. but a good job so far in this PK.
13:57 to go in the first period, no score. Off the draw, Ryan Lowney back to the line. He works it to the right wing boards, top of the circle, Kravchenko. Down to the far side goal line. And now it's Garrett Thompson trying to walk on in front. Puck comes free as Lane Bauer lost an edge, and then it's wristed around the other boards and all the way back down. There by Crevier Moran as the Thunder will make a quick change defensively with a minute to go on the Fort Wayne power play.
That was a great read by Riopel as a Fort Wayne player tried to protect that and spin at the goal line. He was able to get a stick out and poke it away as the Thunder knocked that puck outside the zone on the rush.
Back they come. Marco Waugh near side. Kravchenko top of the right wing circle. They work it across. Another shot on goal and a leg pad save. Rebound there, and Riopel, who was way off the crease, somehow was able to get that leg pad on it. Another shot goes wide of the mark. Into the far corner. It'll come free into the top of the circles, and Wichita's Ralph Kademi got pulled down, and the Thunder wanted a call there, but
so did I.
Referee Renault not making it as Marco Waugh back into the zone, up the left wing side, 13 to go on the power play. Good forecheck there by Ralph Kademi. They actually get this out to the Thunder blue line, and now near side for Ryan Loney. He'll fire a shot that goes off the glass and wide. It'll be picked up here by John Pushkar. Fights off a check from Garrett Thompson, then Thompson picked his pocket, and then Thompson turned around and two-hand slashed him behind the play on the other side of the ice, and John Pushkar is having a hard time of getting back to his feet. That should have been a penalty, as it's way behind the play. Here's a shot from the deep slot that goes off the mark, and Wichita's Travis Awanek will pick up the puck. Out to the neutral zone, and we're going to get a penalty here, and it'll be for tripping with 12:12 to go in the first period. And I'm not sure Steven Renault saw that, but it was a two-hand slash right to the back of the leg of John Pushkar. As Dyson Stevenson goes over to talk to Steven Renault, we're going to have our media timeout for our hero of the game promotion. The Thunder will go to the power play. It's a 2-minute tripping penalty on Curtis Leonard. Team very creative with the puck. Cox Communications, your friend in the digital age. So thank you so much for your service. We do appreciate everything that you've done for our country. So the Thunder to the power play for the first time in the game. Komets are 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Garrett Thompson should be in the penalty box for a slash. That was not called. The Thunder 30 for 186, 16.1%. Wichita over the last 3 games, 4 for 17 on the man advantage after going 7 straight games without scoring on the power play. Off the draw, Wichita's Jeremy Beaudry near side for Butcher to the near face-off dot. And then Butcher got hammered on the wall there by Kravchenko as he put him down with a shoulder. And the Komets are able to pick it up and clear all the way back down the ice. 11:55 to go first period, no score. Minute 39 remaining on the Thunder power play. Butcher up the right wing side. He'll get through center, comes into the zone, tries to make a pass to Beaudry. It's hammered back around the boards to the other side of the offensive zone for Wichita. Bauer will catch it out at the left wing point. Butcher across the slot, gets it over to Ralph Kademi. A wrist shot, rebound in front of the net. Here's Chad Butcher, and he scores with a wrist shot. And Wichita takes a 1-0 lead on a power play goal. Curtis Leonard in the box. The Thunder capitalize as Butcher found a loose puck at the side of the net after he made that seam pass across the face-off circles. Rob and the Thunder go up 1-0.
And just look at the traffic in front. Lots of traffic in front. And I've talked about that a bit already. You've seen the shots going to net. Not fantastic opportunity. Just getting pucks to the net. And there's some traffic and a rebound right to Butcher. He makes no mistake about that. Puts it in the back of net. And that's a huge goal for the Thunder.
Off the face-off, Wichita's Sam Tebow will send it all the way back down. Icing waved off. That's lifted by Michael Hauser. It hit the glass and went up into the netting and out of play. Something the Thunder have not been able to do over the last couple of games is score first, especially in Utah.
Well, looking at the pregame notes, and when Thunder score first, they have an outstanding record, as does Fort Wayne. So I was going to mention that first goal is going to be key tonight, and it's good to see the Thunder on the right side of that here tonight.
So the Thunder up 1-0 on a goal from Chad Butcher. Butcher, who's been on the other side of the coin helping his teammates out. Here's a steal there by Arthur Tyanulin behind the Thunder net after Riopel came behind, and then Ryan Van Stralen helping him out after he got back defensively, stripped the puck, and it came into the neutral zone. Out at center ice. There's a long outlet pass. Hodgman gets to it on the end boards. One-on-one battle behind the goal line. Tebow blocked the pass. Hodgman will get to it at the right wing circle, and he had a wide open man on the near post. Tyanulin couldn't find it. He has it now across the Thunder blue line, skating back near side. Leonard looking for a shooting lane. That was blocked by Beaudry's skate, as Beaudry is caught up at the top of the blue line. Covering for him is Mark McMillan. Thunder get a outlet pass to the middle of the Thunder zone as McMillan found Van Stralen. Van Stralen can't get the puck out. Pass to the slot. It's still loose, and now finally picked up by McMillan. He'll skate behind the Wichita net. Beaudry will fire this off the far glass, and that'll go all the way back down. Icing will be the call here, Rob, with 10-12 to go in the first. 1-0 Wichita.
Not the shift you want to see after scoring a goal. A couple of key turnovers there turned into a couple opportunities for Fort Wayne. And so they're going to have to manage that puck a little bit better coming out of the zone. We've also seen early on Fort Wayne try a couple of stretch passes, and I don't know if that's their motto or that's something they've did in the past two games, but early on here we've seen a couple of opportunities for stretch passes and one almost going for a breakaway as Fort Wayne wins the faceoff.
Off the draw, played back behind the net. We'll keep our eye on John Pushkar, who's still not been able to get back to the ice. Here's a pass right in front, and walking through two defenders right to the net, Trevor Cheek, and he slides it through Riopel and scores, and this game is tied at 1.
Just look at a little bit of confusion there on the defensive coverage, and no one went out to challenge Cheek as he stood, just kind of, like you said, just kind of walked through the middle there and put it between the legs of Riopel. And just like it was just a missed assignment, as McMillan lost his stick. He wasn't happy about it either, and he went to the referee, kind of pleaded his case a little bit, but obviously he's not going to win that argument as Fort Wayne ties it up 1-1.
Well, Garrett Thompson and John Pushkar are lined up against each other. I was talking about that right before the goal. He's the one that two-handed Pushkar behind the play right before the Thunder went on the power play. There's a puck out at center. Back here on the near side, and it'll be picked up by Ryan Loney. He'll dump it back to the Thunder zone to our left. Crevier Moran, unfortunately, had the puck turned over behind the net. There's a steal. He was a little bit too eager to try and make that pass to the corner. He had time, but nobody near him. Ryan Loney to the near boards, and he fires that off of Riopel. The Komets get possession back, top of the near circle. Ryan Loney looking for a shot pass that goes into the corner. Garrett Thompson sidesteps a hit. Dufour has it for Wichita, and he'll work it up the far boards and out of the zone. 9:12 to go in the first period. 1-1 our score. Crevier Moran for Wichita. Up the far wall for Dyson Stevenson. The Thunder come in on a potential 2-on-1. Here's Butcher to the front of the net. He had Dufour in, and Kevin Dufour unable to slide that through Michael Hauser as we have a whistle here for a potential offside.
Yeah, great save there by Hauser. Good play, too, by Butcher to hang with that puck. It kind of bounced up in the air a little bit. He had to get around the defenseman, made a great play, but Hauser made a great save. So it remains 1-1 here as an offside call against the Thunder. Face-off comes back outside the blue line.
Assist on the goal scored by Wichita's Chad Butcher go to Bauer and Kademi. As Butcher will wrist it in the zone. That goes up the glass, actually hits the netting, and it goes out of play.
See where that disappeared to. See, down low in the offensive zone for Fort Wayne, they have a lot of movement, a lot of player movement. Short little passes, great support, always guys diving in the seam. That's something I think that's confused the Thunder a little bit defensively. So they just, again, have to be just aware of their assignments, maybe a little bit more communication.
So Trevor Cheek's goal from Desjardins and Culkin. Off the face-off, it's Ryan Van Stralen. That backhand did not get past Curtis Leonard for Fort Wayne. He has it in the middle of his own zone. Back the other way, out to center ice. Now they step in. There's Marco Watt of the net, and a shot goes off the stick. There at Desjardins, right into the glove. And that one is covered up by Riopel.
And again, another quick little pass in the middle of the ice and just a quick deflection. Just having that stick in the right spot, and Riopel comes up with the big save as Cheek was in on it. He had a stick down on his backhand side. He was able to deflect that on net, but Riopel was there to make the save.
Face off to the blocker side of Wichita's Nick Riopel. Brown will send it around the far boards. Bauer got a piece of it, and he chops it out in front of the benches. Dyson Stevenson giving chase. He can't get to it. The other way is Desjardins up the right wing side. Had that tip by Brown as he came into the zone. Brown and Boutet defensively, which does Dyson Stevenson with a Wanek and Bauer. And now the other way. Here's the Thunder's Wanek. Comes out wide and fires a shot from the right wing boards in on Hauser. Hauser made the save. Travis Wanek playing against his former team. A lot of connections between these two teams as Waugh will come into the zone up the left wing side. He'll retreat behind the net. One-on-one against Brown. That puck is lifted to the Thunder line, not out. Garrett Thompson has it on his stick, and he took a slash there from Etienne Boutet. Far circle, a wrist shot save made. Rebound in front, another save made there by Riopel. He almost got jumped on top of as the puck was near the front of the goal. And everybody coming together, Rob, as the whistle blows.
Yeah, good job. Travis Brown just leveled somebody in front. I wasn't quite sure who it was. It might have been Roy. And as he was taking a couple of whacks and a couple of loose pucks there, and Riopel made the save. So good job defensively there. You see all four guys, or four of the five guys, collapse around the net, making sure that there wasn't any other opportunities. So a good job there by the defensive play by the Thunder.
Glove side face-off. Wichita gets to it off the draw. Lapine. Well, for Nick Lotta down the middle of the ice. Up ahead, and now Dufour's got a 2-on-1 up the left wing side. He'll fire a wrist shot. That went wide. All the way to the blue line. Kept in by Crevier Moran. Popped off his stick, came all the way across the neutral zone. Lapine able to find it for the Thunder, and that play was almost offside, but Wichita's Chad Butcher able to get that off his skates. Couldn't get that down the wall to Stevenson. Now a one-on-one the other way. As this is Krevchenko trying to sidestep through Guillaume Lapine. Goes all the way to the far boards across the Thunder zone into the right wing circle. Now a pass to the near side, and that's Eric Larraza that fires a shot high and wide. Excuse me, Zach Larraza. They move it to the near side circle. Here's Ryan Loney, fires a shot, save made, and that's chopped out of the zone by Guillaume Lapine, and that will go for icing against the Thunder with 6:49 to go in the first one our score.
And again, you see a player coming in late to the zone and not getting picked up. Again, something the Thunder have to be aware of. They're getting back okay, they're setting up, but they're just not picking up the right guy coming through the seam. And again, I'm not sure what the communication is, but someone's just got to pick up that extra guy coming through.
This would be a blocker side faceoff of Nick Riopel. Puck is sent around the far side dasher. Kevin Dufour trying to slam it up the boards, and the Thunder will actually get a chance to change as it came into the Fort Wayne zone. Moving his way through the middle of the ice is Bobby Shea, and that was taken off of his stick, which does Mark McMillan giving chase. Almost got to a loose puck, and then he runs into Larraza on the near boards. The Komets have it as they try and skate out of their own defensive zone. There's a long outlet pass, and it's stolen here by the Thunder. Tipped away from McMillan by Tyanulin. Sent back into the far corner, and now Tyanulin will come up the middle of the ice. There for Zach Larraza up the left wing into the Thunder zone to the slot. Mason Baptista had that go off a stick and into the far side corner. Now Larraza has it behind the Wichita net. Shoulder to shoulder as Brown took him off the puck. Play back down the near boards. Kanemi can't get the puck out. They play it to the front of the goal, and that just went wide. Tyanulin had a wide open net, Rob. Not sure how he didn't redirect that in.
Yeah, I don't know if he just couldn't handle the pass. It looked like it was on its end a little bit. Etienne Boutet kind of flared out for the breakout and didn't get the pass, and it was a turnover, so he had to get back quickly, and then I'm not sure if he disrupted that at all.
Here's Tyanulin back in, stolen off of his stick, and the Thunder have it. Here's an outlet pass, Kanemi trying to lift it over the head, which does Travis Wanek trying to stay onside. The puck skipped as it bounced on the ice right in front of him, back down into the Fort Wayne zone. That was almost a breakaway chance. Now Travis Iwanek near circle, and he turns around and fires a shot off a Hauser that goes into the far corner. Played by Lane Bauer. That was stolen, but it was taken right back by Baptista. Well, the Komets gained the line. Trevor Cheek, that was blocked by Jeremy Beaudry. Tipped back behind the Thunder net. 5 minutes to go in the first period in a 1-1 game. Beaudry has it behind the Wichita net. Dyson Stevenson will lift that high in the air out to the neutral zone. That was knocked down there by Jason Binkley. Steps away from Lane Bauer, and he'll dump this in as Nick Riopel will come out of the goal. Now for Beaudry. Jeremy will move it up ahead. Nick Latta with speed. Down the right wing side, comes in and tries to fire a shot that goes off the end wall. Dufour able to get to it, and he tried to wrap that to the front of the net. Fortunately, the Thunder didn't have anybody near the crease as they were in the middle of a change, Rob, with 4.5 to go in the first.
And almost got called for too many men. Smart play by Chad Butcher not to play that puck coming off the bench.
Chad Butcher trying to come in across the line, and that's going to be whistled for an offside on the Thunder as we get a media timeout with 4:23 to go in this first period.
Quite the extension there without between whistles, but again, quick transition by Fort Wayne. They don't spend a lot of time in their zone. They get the puck back there, they make their outlet pass, and they're coming back at you pretty quick. So let's see the Thunder do a little bit better job kind of forcing and forcing the defenseman to make a bad decision or a quick decision, and just got to get on them just a little bit quicker and see if we can't create a few more turnovers that way.
Wichita Thunder hockey presented by Pepper Jack's Grill, 3130 North Rock Road. 831-1288 is their number, or North Maze Road, 2616 North Maze Road and Suite 102 over by the Five Guys.
Love it. Love Pepper Jack's. Been there many, many times.
What's your favorite dish over there?
I like the rice bowl with either chicken or steak. Sometimes I mix it up and get a little bit of both in there, and some black beans and cheese.
Now you're making me hungry. Is that the point of this conversation?
That was the point of the conversation.
Okay.
And just try to pump up a sponsor a little bit.
We're going to have to go over there sometime.
Good eats.
I love their chicken burrito. It's outstanding. And I know you're thinking, well, why are you going to a Philly cheesesteak place and getting a burrito? But fans, don't hate on it. I'm telling you, it's really good. Head over there and try it. Here's a face-off win by Wichita. Just outside the Fort Wayne blue line right side. It's dumped into the right wing corner. And now taken by Garrett Thompson. He'll play a long outlet pass that was stolen as Lapine initially had it on his stick, and now the other way, a 2-on-1 potentially, but the Thunder get back. Garrett Thompson, left wing boards. He fires a shot high over the crossbar. And now the Thunder's Iwanek trying to step away from a man. That should have been interference on the play. As it comes out of the stick now is Sean Szydlowski. At the red line for Thompson. Spinning back and leaving that for Curtis Leonard. Thunder bench irate at some of the calls that have not been made here early in this game with 3:43 to go in the first.
There's no question there's been a couple, and there's no question in my mind that should have been interference. You have to make an attempted play at the puck, and I'm not sure if that was Iwanek who had the puck or was trying to dump it out there, but clearly had the advantage in the step on the defenseman, and definitely should have been called interference. No question about it in my mind.
Blocker side faceoff of Michael Hauser. Mark McMillan, Van Stralen, Kademi out here for Wichita. McMillan will get to it off the draw, left wing corner. One-on-one battle. Now he's outnumbered, but he gets help there. As carries up the far boards, leaves it for Etienne Boutet, who can't get the shot through. And the puck came skipping across the ice. Wichita's Travis Brown in the center circle, trying to get to the red line far side. He'll dump it across the ice near boards. And now on the forecheck is Kademi. Fort Wayne does a nice job of breaking the forecheck out to center ice. Here's Desjardins, left wing side, stops on a dime, tries to lead that across the slot. This will be stolen behind the net. And now it's Wichita's Mark McMillan looking for an outlet pass. He'll leave a drop there for Wichita's Boutet. Boutet had that go skipping off a stick. It's cleared by the Thunder and dumped all the way back down the left boards by Van Stralen.
Yeah, and almost another turnover there again. You're right. Fort Wayne does spend very, very little time in their own defensive zone. They move the puck quickly, they go D-to-D up and it's right out, or it's just a quick up. Really not spending a whole lot of time and get going on the attack immediately, trying to catch other teams off guard. And they have caught the Thunder off guard a couple times, but just hasn't converted it into a goal or a scoring chance.
Face off at the center circle. Shots are 14-9 in favor of the Komets. Wichita's Jeremy Beaudry getting to it, right wing corner, tries to feed that to Butcher. It's intercepted at the near circle. And now Hodgman. Hodgman steps away from Lotta, tries to leave it to the slot for Cheek. Knocked away to the near boards. Larraza able to find a loose puck there for the Komets.
Look how all three Komets players are really close together offensively. And that's why they're able to move that puck around pretty quick.
And now into the zone is Culkin. He'll step back behind the net. Arizona draft pick. He'll fire that across to the blue line, and that shot goes wide of the mark there from Cortez. They get this out to the far blue line. Hodgman still with it. Wichita keeping them to the outside. Nick Lotta fell down to one knee in the far corner. It's stolen by the Thunder's Sam Tebow. Out for Kevin Dufour. He'll leave a board pass there for Butcher. Chad Butcher up the far wall. Butcher's got a man in the slot. Beaudry far circle, and he fires a shot that's knocked away there by Hauser. Gets some help behind the Fort Wayne goal. Kevin Dufour has it. Dufour, nice job to use his edges, but he threw that blindly to the front of the net. It's intercepted and carried back the other way by Kravchenko. Leaves it down the four boards there for Szydlowski. Out to Ryan Loney. He'll fire a shot, and that went high and wide. And then Wichita's Tebow will get to it and pound it up the boards and out of the zone, Rob, with 1:26 to go here in the first.
Yeah, here comes Fort Wayne on the attack.
Kravchenko in. Kravchenko, and he had Szydlowski, who had his stick lifted there by Guillaume Lepine. Guillaume, nice play in the far corner, and he makes a good pass out to Wichita's Travis Awanek. Stevenson back over to Travis. They'll skate down the right side, coming in up the near boards. And down to the Fort Wayne goal line is Crevier Moran. Spins on the wall, gives it to Dyson Stevenson. Stevenson fell down near the hash marks with a minute to go in this first period. 1-1 our score. Carried out by Marco Waugh. He'll skate into the Thunder zone right wing side. Cuts across, he'll leave a drop pass there for Binkley. That went high off the end glass. Took a weird bounce back towards the slot. Luckily the Thunder were able to get men back, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone with 37 seconds to go in the first period. Back down the near wall, spinning and getting that in the zone is Gabriel Desjardins. Worked back in behind the Thunder net. Good hard work there by Ryan Van Stralen, who had one hand on his stick, was trying to get that up the left wing boards for Ralph Kademi. And now out the other way there for Van Stralen across center ice. He'll put that back down into the Fort Wayne zone as Bobby Shea will rip it up the far wall with 10 to go in the period. There's a long outlet pass. Desjardins, left wing side, comes into the zone. Marco Waugh, 6 to go in the period. That shot goes wide of the mark. 4 to go in the period. Time running down here, and the Thunder will just hold on to it. And we'll take a 1-1 hockey game into the first intermission, Rabba. Back and forth. A lot of speed between these two teams. A very entertaining first period.
Definitely a lot of speed between the two teams. And again, I think a little more possession time for Fort Wayne in the offensive zone. And the Thunder did a pretty decent job. Again, just missing a couple assignments and a couple of good opportunities for Fort Wayne. Riopel was very good that period. The Thunder got to get a little bit more sustained pressure and kind of look for some second chance opportunities. We saw that early on in the period. They kind of got away from it a little bit. I'd like to see him get back to that, putting pucks on net. We saw a couple of blind passes in the offensive zone. I think they got to be a little smarter with the puck there. Put it back down deep and at least go battle for it. Don't be giving the puck away blindly like that. That's frustrating as a coach. So let's see if they can improve on that here in the second period.
I'll never forget my prep school coach talking about how much he hated blind passes to the middle of the ice.
Drives me crazy.
We'll take a break, come back and join us as we are here at Intrust Bank Arena on a 1-1 game. Wichita and the Fort Wayne Komets here on a Tuesday night.
This is Wichita Thunder Hockey.
Eliminate hockey stench with SweatX Sport, the official laundry detergent and odor eliminator of the ECHL. SweatX is used by professional sports teams throughout North America. Its specially formulated high-performance laundry cleaning line is uniquely designed to lift and remove foul odors and release the toughest stains. SweatX is now available at your local sports retailer or online at sweatxsport.com.
I'm a loose change consultant. I bring people and loose change together. The first thing I tell clients, don't lift the sofa cushions and just stop. That's defeatist. Take the time to check and see if it's a sofa bed, because you could be sitting on a change mine. Bingo. The second thing I tell people, spend your loose change at Taco Shop. Those value meals are the best deal in town. One sofa bed, maybe a futon, you could eat for a week at Taco Shop. The loose change is there. It wants to be found.
Now at Metro PCS, get our best unlimited deal. Go to your nearest Metro PCS store today and get 2 lines of unlimited LTE data for just $80, period. Plus, you get 2 free awesome smartphones with 32 gigs of memory when you switch. Metro PCS, wireless, figured out. Video streams at 480p, no tethering during congestion. The fraction of customers using greater than 35 gigs per month might notice reduced speeds. Sales tax not included in phone price, not valid for current T-Mobile numbers.
This year, Davis Liquor Outlet turns 40. Visit 4 independently owned stores in Wichita and support the local community. If you're over 60 or active duty military, you'll save 10% every day of the week. Find the largest selection of wine, beer, and spirits at an everyday low price. Davis Liquor Outlet offers the best service and the best price just for you. Visit davisliquoroutlet.com for a discount coupon and get directions to a store near you. Neighborhood locations with superstore prices. You'll find it at Davis Liquor Outlet.
The Drive to Zero Coalition reminds us that every life is important and invites you to join the Drive to Zero campaign. Drunk drivers are involved in 1/3 of all traffic crash fatalities. That's over 100 fellow Kansans. Please do your part. Designate a sober driver and get home safely. Buckle up. Eliminate distracted driving. And remember, in Kansas, you drink, you drive, you lose. Sponsored by the Kansas Department of Transportation and the Drive to Zero Coalition.
Hockey fans shop Tad's Locker Room, East and West, for the best in NHL. Bruins, Red Wings, Blackhawks, the Blues, Avalanche. Tad's Locker Room has what you're looking for. Tad's Locker Room is home for the top name brands and latest fashions for all sports. See for yourself why people all over town are saying, I got it at Tad's. Shop local with the fantastic team at Tad's, who has everything you need for all of your favorite teams. Tad's Locker Room East, 21st and Webb Road in the Cambridge Market, and West at 21st and Ridge Road. I got it at Tad's.
Well, we're back here on the Wichita Thunder Radio Network. Jason Miles and Rob Boyle joining me on the call here tonight as the Thunder and the Komets head to the locker room tied a goal apiece after 20 minutes. What were your thoughts on that first period?
Yeah, I thought the Thunder got off to a really good start. Again, attacking seams, going to the net, putting pucks on net, battling pucks. Even on the power play goal, you know, there was traffic in front, making it difficult for Hauser to see the puck. Butcher puts that away. Great play. I think defensively they obviously have to be a little bit stronger. As Cheek walked right in, untouched really, and scored that goal, kind of walking through the middle of the ice. So I think maybe just a little bit of just miscommunication, misassignment through by the defensive group there, and you know, an opportunity for Fort Wayne. So really the first half of the period, I thought Thunder were great, and I thought Fort Wayne had the better play the second half of the period.
This is the first time you've seen Fort Wayne actively, but what do you think of them so far? I know you haven't seen some of the other teams around the ECHL, and I'll give you my opinion after you let us know about yours. I know it's only 20 minutes as one of the chairs of the musical chairs broke.
It's not the first time we've seen that either. No, they're quick. They're very quick. They offensively they have great support down low. And I mentioned that in the first that they're always moving. They got their feet moving. They're attacking seams, finding the open guys, simple little passes, and then you know, they got guys. The defensemen are jumping in, not afraid to jump in. They transition great out of their defensive zone. You talked about that a little bit. They break out quick. They transition quick. They don't spend a lot of time in their zone, and that's been a problem for the Thunder. I thought the second half of that period, they got to put a little bit more pressure on them. But they're a quick team. Offensively gifted, obviously, and it's going to be a challenge here for the next 40 minutes.
You know, in taking a look at the teams in the Western Conference and the way that teams are playing, obviously Toledo and Fort Wayne are probably the hottest teams in the league at this point. I know Colorado got off to a great start, Rob, but they've struggled recently. Idaho is 7-3 over their last 10 games, so they're playing really well. In my opinion, it's Fort Wayne, Toledo, Idaho, maybe Colorado if you take a look at the top of the Western Conference.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've actually seen Toledo. Have I seen Toledo this year? I don't think so. But obviously, you know, I'll just go back just to the Mountain Division itself. You look at Tulsa's kind of been playing well over the last little bit and are threatening to I mean, they're in a playoff spot right now. Obviously, there's still a long way to go, but you know, with Allen, Tulsa, you know, Wichita's got to get their mindset and get going and get on a bit of a streak here to kind of secure that spot, maybe even jump up into the second spot and get home ice advantage in that first round would be nice. But you know, there's a lot of hockey to be played here, a lot of things still to be decided. So and I'll say it, I think I've said it before, there's no easy games. There's no easy games. It doesn't matter where you are positionally in the standings. There's just no easy games. You've seen the quality and level of play in the ECHL has just been remarkable this year. And, you know, we've seen a lot of great teams in here. We've seen teams that have been out of the playoffs. You know, Utah, you know, comes out and beats the Thunder back-to-back last week. And, you know, they're not in the playoff spot. There's no easy nights. It's a tough grind day in, day out. You try to stay healthy, and it's going to come right down to the wire, I think, for a lot of different teams and who's going to end up where. So I'm looking forward to the next month or so.
We talked about some of the connections between these two teams. One connection I'm not sure that I've talked with you about, Ben Boudreau's, the assistant coach, played in Wichita. Did he play for you?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Ben did play for us. He came in, you know, it took him a little while. You know, I think he only played 14 or 15 games. I don't quite remember. It was towards the end of the season, and we were shorthanded. And came in and did a good job for us. I think he scored a couple of goals. But it's nice to see him still involved with hockey. Obviously, his dad's a very popular coach. Currently the head coach of the Minnesota Wild and with the Washington Capitals and Anaheim Ducks. So he's been around and coached at this level, coached in Fort Wayne. He's been around. So it's nice to see him still involved in the game. Very, very nice guy, good guy, and nice to see him getting this opportunity.
Why don't we take a break? We'll come back and recap the first period. Jason Miles along with Rob Boyle here in the first intermission. 1-1 game between Wichita and Fort Wayne. The only visit this season for the Komets here to Interest Bank Arena. Back after this.
This is Wichita Thunder hockey.
When it's time to move, it's time to get a move on.
Got a move? Call Get a Move On. Whether you're moving in town or way out of town, business or residential, Get a Move On can move you anywhere in the U.S. with service you'll love for a price that's right. Get a Move On even has short-term warehouse storage to make your move and your life much easier. Relocating? It's time to Get a Move On. Call 262-2123. That's 262-2123.
Taco Shop. Let's go now for great tacos, burritos, salads, and great value meals. At Taco Shop, you can enjoy the delicious, perfectly blended spices and the fresh ingredients of the just-cooked goodness Wichita-style Mexican cuisine. Gather the family, text the study group, call the team. Join your friends at Taco Shop. Let's go now. Great tacos and more for just sofa change at the Taco Shop. See you there.
Great taste, great value, the Taco Shop.
At Bubba's 33 in Wichita, we've got game, hand-tossed pizza, fresh ground burgers, and Bubba cold beer. With more TVs than tables, make Bubba's 33 your game day destination. Located at Kellogg and Armour in front of Town East Mall in Wichita, Bubba's is open Monday to Thursday 4 p.m. to midnight, Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to midnight, and Sunday 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Bubba's 33, your family-friendly sports restaurant.
The Drive to Zero Coalition wants you to know that impaired drivers are involved in 1/3 of all Kansas traffic fatalities. Please do your part and prevent crashes caused by drunk driving. A DUI can cost thousands of dollars, jail time, and losing your license. But a life lost to drunk driving is an unacceptable price to pay. If you've been drinking, find a sober ride home. In Kansas, you drink, you drive, you lose. Sponsored by the Kansas Department of Transportation and the Drive to Zero Coalition. The Drive to Zero Coalition reminds you, if you drink, you drive, you lose. If you've been drinking, find a sober ride home.
It's lunchtime, and you're stuck in a rut. Then it hits you, smoked brisket. But what if brisket was more than just brisket? What if smoked brisket was dolloped with guac and loaded on a burrito bowl? Or covered in zesty pico de gallo and topped on a fresh, crisp salad. Or packed in a lightly grilled quesadilla with melted cheese. Now that's a lunch worth craving. Choose the big, bold flavor of smoked brisket. Qdoba Mexican Eats.
The Kansas oil and gas industry creates more than 118,000 jobs and $3 billion in family income. We are Kansas Strong, producing energy and more than 300 raw materials that create millions of products we rely on every day, including in hockey. From fuel for the Zamboni to plastics for helmets and pads to synthetic fibers and uniforms and even to make the pucks. Life without oil and natural gas is life without hockey. Find out more at lifewithoutoil.info.
People of the coffee drinking world, Dunkin' is a dark roast coffee that's deliciously roasted just right for a bold start and smooth finish that's never bitter. Put down the dark roast you've been putting up with and reach for the one you deserve. America runs on Dunkin'.
This is Wichita Thunder hockey.
Welcome back here to Intrust Bank Arena. Jason Miles, Rob Boyle, as the Thunder and the Fort Wayne Komets right now tied at 1. As we're in the first intermission, we were talking a little bit about the connections between these two teams, even though they only play a couple of times this season, and you just mentioned one off air.
Well, it's kind of funny. I can actually take it a little bit step further, too. Jeremy Beaudry, Etienne Boutet, Ryan, Thunder newcomer Ryan Van Stralen,
yep.
And then Anthony Cortez for the Fort Wayne Komets all would have played against each other in the OUA East division of U Sport, or Canadian University Hockey up north. Beaudry playing for the University of Quebec at Trois-Rivières, Stralen playing for Carleton University, Cortez playing for my alma mater, Concordia University in Montreal, and then Boutet playing for McGill University. So tomorrow night, the finals for the AUA East Championship will begin in Montreal, and it'll be against McGill and Concordia. So I'll give a shout out to my Stingers and hope for a victory as they'll start on the road, which is crosstown against McGill. And so Boutet and Cortez have certainly played a number of games against each other over the last couple of years. But I could throw Beaudry and Stralen into that mix as well, as they all played in the same division in the OUA East.
That's interesting to hear.
Yeah, well, it's a small world.
Now, just real quick, and then we'll recap the first period. For those who don't know anything about Canadian University hockey, they're only familiar with maybe the NCAA.
Yeah.
And how does that compare in terms of the level of play?
It would be the exact same level of play as D1, and even some really good D3 teams as well. So a lot of the players that play university hockey in Canada come from the major junior world. So they'll finish out their junior years and they will go on and play college hockey after that. They're allowed to do that in Canada. There are scholarships that are given through the Canadian Hockey League. So we talk about Western Canada, Ontario, and out east, where Jack McClellan, Coach McClellan's former coach McClellan's son, is playing out east. So they'll play in their divisions, but like I said, a lot of the players come from major junior hockey in Canada. They are provided scholarships based on the amount of years that they play in each of those leagues, and it really helps them out educationally. As you and I know, only X amount of players are going to make it to the higher levels, and so it's a great venue or great opportunity for players coming out of junior to play Canadian University hockey.
Taking a look at the first period scoring. Chad Butcher's 8th of the year from Kademi and Bauer on the power play made it 1-0 Wichita. But Trevor Cheek from Desjardins and Ryan Culkin at 10:55. I was looking at the highlight of that, and the reason McMillan was upset is because as he was cutting around trying to defend the Trevor Cheek, who had the puck on the outside, he got ran into by Desjardins, who lifted his elbow and took a stick out of his hand.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I'd mentioned he made a kind of he made his argument with the official. Obviously, he didn't win that, but I did see that happen. He was not very happy at the end of it all, and really creating a lane for Cheek to walk in like that. But again, that still needs to be picked up by somebody else and kind of collapse down. You can't let a guy walk through the middle like that and take advantage of the opportunity. So, again, the Thunder are going to have to be a little stronger defensively there.
Head coach Malcolm Cameron is right now over.
Yeah, he's not very happy.
At the Thunder bench talking with Stephen Renault, who I know personally away from the ice. I think I've told this story numerous times, but my first job out of college was in Billings, Montana, and he was our backup goalie for the Billings Bulls. So
I remember you mentioned something like that. I didn't realize it was in Billings, though.
Billings, Montana, yep.
Wow.
He was our backup goalie throughout, came to Billings in the middle of the season, and now he lives in Kansas City. He's a Kansas City native originally, and is trying to make it to the NHL as an official. But take a look at the other stats before the opening faceoff. Thunder outshot 14-9 in that first period, presented by Ready Industries. Fort Wayne 0 for 1 on the power play, and Wichita 1 for 1 on the man advantage.
A lot of those shots did come on that power play opportunity. The Fort Wayne Komets moved that puck around very well, like you said, and finding seams. And we saw that one touch, the shot pass through the middle, and a one-touch deflection and through the center lane. And Rumpel made not Rumpel, sorry. I better get that straight fairly quick. Riepel made a great save off the deflection. So it was a good close period. Really a tale of two periods. Again, the first half, the Thunder doing a really good job, putting a lot of pressure on Fort Wayne, and then the second half really was all Fort Wayne.
Well, here we go. Start of the second period. Thunder will move from our right to left in the black uniforms, blue and silver trim, along with white numbers and names. And the Komets in their white uniforms with orange and black trim. Bauer, Awanek, and Stevenson from left to right. Szydlowski with Kravchenko and Thompson from right to left. Wichita's got Guillaume Lepine and Crevier Moran on the blue line. Bobby Shea and Curtis Leonard defensively for the Fort Wayne Komets, as the puck is about to be dropped by Steven Renault, and we begin the second period with the Thunder taking the opening faceoff. Dyson Stevenson took a little bump near his own blue line, was able to hold on to the puck. He'll give it a cross, and then Guillaume Lepine, a long outlet pass that was initially stolen. Bauer gets it back, steps around a man on the far side boards, chipped into the corner by Curtis Leonard. Curtis Leonard, the only Fort Wayne player who's played in every game this season for the Komets. Up to center ice, Szydlowski will dump it to the left wing corner, Thunder zone. Wichita's Crevier Moran has it, goes back behind the Wichita net. And now they try and come out the left side, as Lepine initially had his pass blocked, trying to get that back to Bauer. Guillaume will come up the left side, fakes the shot, and it got caught in his skates a little bit. A lot of water out to the outside here in this building, here in this the start of the second period. He took a shot that went into the glove of Hauser.
It looked like he was kind of dragging the puck, almost like walking a dog there. They kept stopping on him, and come back, come on back. But yeah, I think you called this earlier on in the game that those two lines are going to see a lot of each other, and they did in that first period. And obviously the matchup that Coach Cameron wants against Fort Wayne.
Walker side face-off of Michael Hauser. Mark McMillan with Kademi and Van Stralen. Puck is sent off the near side glass. It'll go all the way back down the ice. It'll go just past the left wing post. Blocker side of Riepel, icing is the call.
Thunder got. We talked about face-offs a little bit earlier, and Fort Wayne's ability to transition quickly, and we've seen a couple of face-off plays by Fort Wayne. So again, winning these draws becomes very important throughout this game. As Mark McMillan's going to be waved out of the face-off.
This is an area I talked about a lot during our last broadcast. I know you were not here, but the Thunder have had trouble of keeping centermen in the circle without getting kicked out. And that was an issue against Fort Wayne when they played back in the beginning of February. As the Thunder able to clear this out to center. Van Stralen, one-on-one battle there with Binkley. Comes out to the neutral zone, and now Fort Wayne back in their own end. And now a 2-on-1 brewing back the other way. Hodgman's got cheek. He comes out wide, fires a shot, and he beats Riepel and scores to make it 2-1. The Komets have their first lead.
I'm not sure what Baudry was doing there, kind of jumping up. He kind of got caught up ice, and I have to watch a replay on that. But the Riepel gets beat. Looks like to be a short side. Low blocker. I just wanted to see. I couldn't tell what happened on the play there where it created a 2-on-1. The Thunder seemed to be back in good position, but I don't know if somebody jumped. I saw Baudry was up ice. I don't know if he got up there in the play. But again, you see how quickly Fort Wayne can transition that puck. And again, another opportunity, shorthanded, or not shorthanded, but an odd man situation. And they convert this time.
So Hodgman on a 2-on-1 break. Wichita had the puck stolen on the ensuing faceoff. The Komets trying to add quickly to their lead. Out to the Thunder line. Right wing side is Cortez. Is played back into the near side corner. And now it's Kevin Dufour stepping off the near wall that comes out of the zone. Gabriel Desjardins had to wait for Mason Baptista, who was still in there. Marco Waugh, near corner. One-on-one battle. Now Waugh and Baptista. There's a play to the slot that goes bouncing right onto the stick of Wichita's Chad Butcher. And then Butcher trying to make a saucer pass that was off the ice. Here's a steal. Here's Brown in. Brown, and he hit the side of the net. Travis Brown with a good rush up the ice after Chad Butcher had a pass that was deflected. And now a nice soccer-style play there by Baptista as he took that away. It's Wichita's Kevin Dufour. Dufour in traffic. That pass from Butcher across the ice, right wing side to Lotta was defended nicely there by Culkin. And the Komets will escape back behind their own net. Bobby Shea gets around one man out to the neutral zone. And there's a steal.
Too many. I think they got him.
Too many men on Fort Wayne, is that the call?
Fort Wayne, yep. And they got him. So here's an opportunity, sorry to interrupt you. Here's an opportunity for Thunder to go back on the power play. They scored in the first on the power play. Great opportunity here to get that goal back.
Not a problem, my man.
That's a coach instinct in me. Too many.
Start yelling it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're yelling at a referee?
Absolutely.
Is that what you do on the bench?
Oh, 100%.
What do the referees say to you when you start yelling that?
Well, they'll either call it or they'll say, no, he was at the bench, or shut up.
There's a face-off win by Fort Wayne, and then a turnover by Butcher on the far half boards. It's lifted all the way back down. Riopel comes out of the Thunder net as he had a man bearing down on him. That was Gabriel Desjardins. Now Butcher trying to step through one defender, comes up the middle of the ice, steps over the line, leaves it near side for Stevenson. He'll wrap it around the end wall. Lane Bauer on the far side boards, trying to put a backhand through Curtis Leonard. This puck is stolen and cleared around the near side. Cademi will get there for Wichita. Finds Dyson Stevenson. Stevenson across the zone, trying to get that over to Chad Butcher. That seam pass is intercepted and cleared back down.
Thunder having a bit of trouble getting set up in the offensive zone, and Fort Wayne putting on a lot of pressure on each of the puck carriers.
And now the Thunder will be forced to start deep in their own end to our right. Trying to come out with a puck is Brown. Finds Travis Awanek, 2-on-2 as they come up the right wing side, and Travis missed the net with a shot. Boutet will put it back on the end wall. It comes around to the far side boards. McMillan, that pass in the high slot is intercepted, and now a breakaway and a 2-on-0 short-handed chance. Larraza in, and that was stopped by Nick Riopel on a short-handed break by the Fort Wayne Komets. Back the other way is Travis Awanek. Wichita's Etienne Boutet at the blue line. He'll put that on the end wall. It's stolen by Culkin. Couldn't get that past Travis Brown. Nice pass to the middle. Boutet, he'll take a wrist shot that was blocked in front. Picked up and cleared there by the Komets.
Too easy to block that. You got to get that a little bit off the ice, in around the ankles. That was easy block shot by Fort Wayne.
And now Wichita starting back behind the net to our right with 12 seconds on the power play. Lane Bauer will carry to center, coming up the left wing side. Has some speed down out wide, tries to center a pass that goes redirecting up into the netting and out of play.
With just 2 seconds left on the power play here, not a good one by the Thunder. They weren't able to get set up, so you got to give Fort Wayne a little bit of credit. A 2-on-0 shorthanded. I'm not sure I've seen that one in a long time, but again, just created by a lot of pressure in the zone by Fort Wayne, and the Thunder kind of panicking with the play. I think it was Dyson Stevenson tried to come back to the middle with that puck, easily intercepted, and Riopel came up with a fantastic save.
Off the face-off, puck is lifted on the near side, and then it'll go past Guillaume Lapine all the way back down. Icing will be called here on the Fort Wayne Komets. 15:22 round to go in the second period. It's a 2-1 Komet lead.
And the face-off comes the blocker side of Hauser. Trying to look at the, again, we have that same matchup with Krevchenko's line out against Iwanek and Lepin and Crevier-Morin on the point.
Off the face-off, it's sent around the far boards. Crevier Moran with a backhand that goes off the far dasher. It took a weird bounce right to a Comet and lifted back in front of the Comet bench. They'll send it deep into the Thunder zone. Riopel stops it. Guillaume Lepine will pick it up for Wichita. Initially, it was blocked by Szydlowski, and now Lepine chased out from behind the net. He has it out to the neutral zone, finds Dyson Stevenson, right wing side, skates in, fires a shot, goes off the shoulder of Hauser. Nobody there to find the rebound. And the Comets back the other way. Tyanulin into the zone, leaves it for Hodgman. Far circle, gets around Tebow. Now he tries to play that to the slot. Szydlowski out to Culkin, fires, that goes wide on the blocker side. And now the other way, here's Travis Awanek. Lifts it all the way back down. Hauser able to come out of the net. And the Thunder were trying to get into the zone for a loose puck, and the linesman blew the whistle. Not sure he meant to do that, but no icing here.
He just wasn't paying attention. That's just a bad call. Just not, paying attention. Coach Cameron's obviously upset about that, because that was a set play, but I'm not sure which Thunder defenseman shot it down. But he did see that Stevenson was ahead of the play and shot it, and deliberately iced the puck for a possession play, and unfortunately got blown down dead.
Comets win the face-off. Nice play by Kademi. Took it away from Culkin. Now he's got on the end wall. Here's Ralph with it. Coming across the slot. Puck taken off his stick. Here's a chance by Van Stralen. A backhand. He scores! Welcome to Wichita. Ryan Van Stralen. His first professional goal, and the Thunder tie the game here at 2.
What a great play. And Kademi really just driving hard there, and then a quick turnover too. I'm not sure who created that turnover, but Van Stralen just picks up the puck on the backhand and just fires it on net. And again, that's what we talked about, just getting pucks on net. And nothing like coming up in your first game and scoring your first goal, and it's got to be a happy young man right there.
When I was looking at the video of Ryan cutting the little piece of a highlight reel to put on our Facebook page, that's the one thing I noticed, that he was always around the front of the net, Ron.
Yeah, he's a gritty type player. He goes to tough areas. If you look at his offensive stats, they're not going to jump out at you, but I mean, he does a lot of little things that we've seen already well tonight, just going to hard areas. So it's nice to see him being rewarded for that.
Play resumes back behind the Thunder goal, and this is going to be whistled for offside. And we'll do it again. So a 2-2 hockey game, and a good response here by the Thunder after that Comet goal.
Yeah, excellent response, and that's what you wanted to see. And again, just a hard-working goal. Kademi grabs that puck, breaks in the zone. He tries to attack his team. He does get stuffed a little bit, but at least he was forcing the issue, and it forces the Fort Wayne defense. And when I say defense, all 5 guys to kind of collapse down a little bit. And I still don't know who created that turnover for Van Stralen to get that puck, but he's just able to get a handle on it and just puts a quick backhand on net and really catches Hauser off guard, and right along the ice, easy shot and good speed, and nice to see him get his first goal in his first game.
Well, here we go, Rob, with 13:56 to go in the second, our Rose Hill Dance Cam. Rose Hill Bank, the hungry little bank, locations all across Wichita. Don't forget, Friday night is Nico Hernandez bobblehead night. Nico Hernandez, the local Olympic hero who nearly made it to the gold medal round, but ended up winning the bronze.
Yeah, and did he have his next fight already?
I believe he won a title.
Yeah, okay. And that was to get to that next level, and I think I missed it. I saw him being interviewed. I couldn't remember what the result was, but nice to see him out here, and certainly a fan favorite for local Wichita.
Van Stralen's goal is assisted by Ralph Kademi.
Yeah, there's somebody else going to be in on that, though.
I'm not even close to getting to those highlights. I'm still in the first period on the highlight reel, so you're going to have to wait, my friend.
You do it all.
Sorry to disappoint you.
You do it all.
It would be nice to have an intern. We're not going to have that conversation right now. Blocker side face-off of Nick Riopel. Jason Miles, Rob Boyle here on the call tonight. The Thunder and the Komets on a 2-2 game. Back down the ice it goes. Beaudry trying to chase up into the play. Jeremy Beaudry is up front right now with Dufour and Butcher.
And we haven't seen Pushkar back, and you mentioned that slash earlier on in the period. We haven't seen him. Here's an opportunity.
Premier Moran's wrist shot knocked down by the blocker of Hauser. So the Thunder playing a little bit shorthanded if Pushkar is not able to come back. I did see him back on the ice after one shift, but since then has not returned. Here's Trevor Cheek to the far circle, and he's taken off the puck there by Wichita's Sam Tebow. And now the Thunder's Chad Butcher has it near his own net. Wichita will go D to D behind as Crevier Moran found Tebow. It's a long outlet pass out to Chad Butcher, who's been really good here for Wichita. And now the other way they try and answer is a quick up-head pass, and Kravchenko has taken off the puck as he and Lapine get into it near the side of the goal. Almost turned into an altercation. Kravchenko stepped away there from Guillaume Lapine. Kravchenko giving up a lot of size if those two would have gone.
Yeah.
Back on the other side of the ice, here's a chance there for Garrett Thompson. Thompson, who was the culprit of the slash there on Pushkar. Puck is taken away there by Lane Bauer, and he'll lift that out into the neutral zone. 12:25 to go in the second, 2-2 game. There's a long outlet pass that goes over the stick there of Thompson near the Wichita blue line, far side of the ice. Icing will be called.
I'll go back to that 2-on-1 goal. I said I saw Beaudry up ice, and he may have been playing forward at the time. So if he was, I apologize. He wasn't caught out of position, but I have to take a look at that again. Because I just, like you had just noticed, I had only noticed him up front on this last particular shift, and we hope Pushkar is okay. Like you said, we haven't seen him come back out here as we're 8 minutes into the second period, and he hasn't hit the ice yet. So hopefully nothing too serious, maybe just something you have to take a look at.
Off the draw taken by Ralph Kademi. Kademi on the far boards, comes to the front of the net. Here's Nick Lotta trying to get to a rip around, and that was stopped by Hauser. Nick Lotta coming on his forehand, blocker side, and Hauser came across with the leg pad on the ice.
Yeah, he came across in desperation. He made a great save on that one. Great job by Lotta.
Now another pass to the slot, but that goes off the skates of Van Stralen, who will play that back behind the net. Nick Lotta, Van Stralen, and Kademi on this shift. Out to the far blue line, and Travis Brown laying into one as he went down to one knee on a one-timer. Hauser made a glove save.
You see this line getting a lot more opportunity, and they're doing a great job. And what I talked about in the first period, close support, good cycling on the puck, and guys finding seams, and that line's done a great job of it so far. And even before scoring the goal, they've been doing a really good job putting pressure on the Fort Wayne Komet defense.
2-2 game. 11:45 to go in the second. Shots are 16-14. Here in the period, 3-2 in favor of the Thunder. There's a long outlet pass to center, knocked down by one knee of Travis Brown. It went off his foot back towards the Thunder defensive zone, and the Komets a little bit offside. They're going to have to regroup here. And now Marco Waugh trying to get into the play. Wichita Etienne Boutet for McMillan. Up ahead to Brown, down the right wing side, gets into the zone, 3-on-2. Now he fires a shot that went high and wide. And it turns into a 2-on-2 the other way for the Komets. 3-on-3 now as Dufour getting back defensively. There's a drop pass near circle. Desjardins missed the net to the glove side of Riopel. Tyanulin taken down in the far corner by Brown. Now 2-on-2 as Dufour comes in, tries to kick it up the boards. Butcher had it initially. Taken off of his stick. They get it to the line. Walking in Cortez. He'll fire, and Riopel able to cover that one up in the butterfly.
So just looking at that, a couple of plays here. We see Cortez make a play there on net, getting the puck on net. Travis Brown joins the rush, did a great job joining the rush, gets the pass across, enters the blue line. He's got three guys going to the net. He's got to hit the net on that. You can't be firing one high and wide and puck's coming back down the other end. He's got to make sure he hits the net there. So there's a broken play. Cortez, he's got traffic in front, and he makes sure he hits the net. So Travis Brown's got to do a little bit better job of making sure that puck gets on net there.
Off the draw, taken here by Wichita and cleared to center.
You see Beaudry back out there on the defensive side of things.
On the other side of the ice, this is Ryan Loney firing it around the Thunder net. Came on the near side boards there for Larraza. Slapped towards the front of the goal. Bouncing puck still loose. Here's Hodgman around the Wichita net, far circle, and he fired that and might hit the crossbar. And now the other way, a potential 2-on-1 for Wichita. Here's Stevenson in alone. Stevenson through to the defense and on his forehand from the top of the right wing circle. That was stopped there by Hauser. Now the Komets trying to regroup the other way. Hodgman shoves a backhand back behind the Wichita net. 10 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the second, 2-2. Travis Awanek out for Stevenson down the left seam, trying to go between his legs. Dyson forced back behind the net. Didn't have any help as the other forwards were heading to the bench for a change. And that allows Kravchenko to come out to center ice. This is Bobby Shea down the middle lane. Shea, good defensive play there by Lapine as he took him off the puck and it's covered.
Yeah, you're not going to beat Lapine one-on-one like that, but the game's opened up here a little bit. Both sides going back and forth. That was a great opportunity by Stevenson. Just kind of missed, and another opportunity by Fort Wayne, putting one off the crossbar. So they've opened up here a little bit, kind of back and forth, and has been very entertaining so far.
Face-off is to the glove side of Nick Riopel. Crevier Moran for Wichita comes off the boards. And now it pops free out to Ralph Kademi down the middle lane. He'll send that on net. A long rebound came right through the slot. Guillaume Lapine able to keep that in the zone and went around the boards. And now Shea trying to dipsy-do on the goal line. He thought that should have been a tripping penalty.
It could have been.
Back the other way, now a 2-on-2. As Desjardins falls down at the far face-off dot, trying to make a centering pass. Garrett Thompson turns off a check. He's one-on-one against Lapine. Still to the outside, the Ferris State product. Out to the Wichita line. Back down behind the net is Sean Szydlowski. Crevier Moran almost caught in a bear hug. Lapine will get to it on the wall. And now Van Stralen trying to get his body up against the near dasher. Still in the Thunder defensive zone to the half boards. Thompson taken off the puck by Van Stralen. Van Stralen then had the puck stripped there on the boards, but Wichita makes a good defensive play. And Lotta will clear out to the neutral zone. Back in they come on a 3-on-2. Wide of the slot, near side, and that pass was behind Cortez at the right circle. Picked up by Desjardins. Out to the blue line for Baptista. He couldn't get that shot through. Came off a skate right in front of the slot. As Riopel, there's another chance on goal, and Nick Riopel robbing Mason Baptista as he went post to post.
That was an unbelievable save.
And this is picked up and cleared all the way back down the ice.
And the Thunder didn't seem to think I was going to be icing. There's going to be a conversation here at center ice. Looked like I thought it was touch too. So they're going to have a little conversation about this because the Thunder changed. They didn't think it was going to be icing, so I think that face-off's going to come to center ice, and it is.
Well, that certainly benefits the Thunder, eh?
Absolutely. It's and again, I don't know. God, these guys have such a tough job. Being an official, even at this level, and this is a fast game, and guys, you know, they've missed a couple of calls, and I'm talking about lines. I'm not talking about penalties, but just some simple calls that that normally are made with. I don't want to say easy, but maybe a little bit easier to officiate, I guess. And they've missed a couple of them.
Mark McMillan, puck on the near side. Here's Tyanulin coming into the zone. Has it across the Thunder line. Still outside. Fires a shot that Beaudry got a piece of. Beaudry, one-on-one battle in the corner. Plays it back around the Wichita net. Dufour can't get that out on the near wall. As Ryan Loney was able to hold it in. Now Dufour battles off a check. Puck bounces on the near side boards. Now Cheek with a steal comes to the slot. Trevor Cheek, and he had that blocked in front of the net there by Tebow. Nice game here by Sam Tebow. Here's a 3-on-2 for Butcher up ahead. And he couldn't connect that pass over to McMillan. And then Dufour had that initially stolen. And back the other way is Cheek. Good back check there by Butcher for the Thunder. Out to Kevin Dufour up the left wing side. He'll take a shot in on to Michael Hauser as Ryan Loney was getting back defensively, and that's covered up.
Chad Butcher's had a really solid game tonight. He's at both ends of the ice. He's played well defensively. He's created a couple opportunities. Obviously, he scored the first goal for the Thunder, but he's had a really solid game both ends of the ice, and maybe the Thunder's best player so far tonight. Maybe other than Riopel, who's made a couple unbelievable saves.
Off the draw, Guillaume Lapine tries to get that to Dyson Stevenson, who curls back to the near side wall. Blocker side there, Hauser, which still plays it behind the net. They get it out to the far blue line, and Lapine just missed. He'll have to hurry back defensively, and here's a potential breakaway, and that play is onside, but Szydlowski couldn't catch up to the puck. Wichita is able to get back in the zone and break that up before Szydlowski was able to center one, and now the other way it's cleared, Rob, with 6:54 to go in the second, 2-2 our score.
And again, we talked about that transition, and there that was again, that stretch pass. And they've looked for it a couple times. They looked to catch you off guard with that long pass, and it's almost worked out for them.
And now the Komets have it back in their own defensive zone. Another long outlet pass, a potential 2-on-1. Kravchenko, and a great defensive play on the near side circle there by Crevier Moran. Puck is still free. It's on the stick now of Kravchenko to the far circle. Here's a wrist shot that got tipped into the far boards by Bauer. And Bauer trying to lift this out. He can't clear past Kravchenko. Another shot for the far circle, and that is stopped by the leg pad there of Wichita's Nick Riopel.
And Bauer's stick's broken. He's got to go back to the bench. He's able to get off and able to get a change.
Here's Wichita's Ralph Kademi again trying to dump this in the left wing corner. Kademi against his former team. He began the season in Fort Wayne. Now the Thunder able to keep this in the zone, and a bad outlet pass there by the Komets. Brown can't get the shot through. Puck is still free.
Holding. Yeah, it's got to be a hold there. I say that's got to be a holding call.
And it's going to be a slash.
No hold.
I saw slash. I thought he went like that. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
I guess I'm wrong. The Komets are going to be called here.
And he lost his, he lost his stick. Looks like it's Waugh going to the net here. He lost his stick and was really trying to hold the stick of the Thunder player, and I'm not sure. I think it was McMillan that had the puck, but
I thought it was Brown.
Brown, maybe it was Brown, but he was holding his stick and not allowing it to, or maybe it was Kademi actually. I don't know. Anyway, he was holding his stick. Either of them, they wasn't very happy about it. He started pushing back, and he would not let go of the stick yet. It was kind of that accidental on purpose hold, and the official was able to see that and make the right call. So Thunder go back to the power play. The last one wasn't very good. They weren't able to get set up, gave up a 2-on-0 breakaway back the other way. And again, you have to credit Fort Wayne with their speed and the pressure that they put on the, I don't know what that's all about. Shea is going right over to the bench, almost listening in and looking in on what the Thunder were talking about there. But anyway, they're going to have to do a better job of getting in the zone, getting it set up, get it settled down, and try to get a few more opportunities here. See if they can't take that 3-2 lead here with just 5:53 here to go in the second period.
So the Thunder with their second power play chance. Butcher to the slot. Bauer out to Chad Butcher. Now Beaudry will hammer one. That went wide. Jeremy Beaudry with that heavy one-timer. He's got it in the deep slot. Here's Kademi trying to go to the glove side. He just missed the post.
Yeah, he had that. He had some space there.
Great keep in the zone there by Beaudry on that far boards, but unfortunately Kademi's momentum carried him out of the zone on a pass back to the near side. He comes in up the left wing, plays it around the Fort Wayne net. Butcher, quick pass down to the goal line, and now Kademi in the left wing corner. 5:18 to go in the second, 2-2 game, minute 23 remaining on the power play, and then Beaudry had that go into his skates, and he is forced to clear the zone. Here's a pass across the zone. Butcher trying to catch the Komets in a change as Baptista just stepped out. And that puck across the top of the circles hit the shaft of Desjardins' stick, and it goes out of play.
Looking for Kademi on the far side. He had McMillan or Dyson Stevenson wide open in the middle. Just do a little give and go there instead of trying to make that long pass as Fort Wayne was able to get a stick on it, knock it out of the zone. So sometimes just got to keep things a little bit simple. And Coach Cameron is pretty animated on behind that bench right now.
Off the face-off, Travis Awanek able to win the draw. Brown gives it to the other wall. Mark McMillan skates back to the goal line right side. And now back out to Brown. Brown fakes a pass to the middle of the ice. Keeping it to the outside. Here's a lot of one-timer. Puck in front. Awanek, 2 chances. And it pops free to the other side of the nets.
That was a great look and a great job by the Thunder there. That's what you want to see. Good patience with the puck, good puck movement, and a great opportunity there for Latta.
And the Komets were able to clear this all the way back down. So Wichita's Travis Brown will start the breakout. Looking for that hinge pass. Latta, near side McMillan. Comes up the near face-off dot. Mishandled the puck, but he gets some help from Nick Latta. And now Latta has it to the outside. Out for Travis Brown. He'll fire that on net and a blocker save. Hauser Boutet will keep this in the zone. Plays it around the net to the other boards. 4 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the second. 2-2 game. 10 seconds on the Wichita power play. McMillan double clutches the puck. Gets it out to Boutet. He'll fire that. That just missed the net to the glove side of Hauser. And that coming out of the penalty box is Marco Waugh. Thunder better be careful as Waugh is lurking around the slot as he came back on the ice. And finally, the Thunder get back defensively as the Komets have possession with 4 minutes to go here in the second, Rob, in a 2-2 game.
No goals there in that power play, obviously, but a great puck movement. And here comes a penalty coming up to the pin, unfortunately.
And the shot on net is covered by Nick Riopel.
No, Van Stralen's going to go to the box. It's going to be a tripping call. So after tying the game, he gets his first goal, and now he's going to get his first penalty. Let's hope the Thunder can kill this off. Just a little bit, just 3.5 minutes to go here in the second period. But on that power play, they did have great setups and good puck movement, much better than the last power play. And here we have a great challenge for the Thunder here on the penalty kill. Good shots are 21-21 here as the Fort Wayne goes to the power play.
Fort Wayne has it off the ensuing face-off. They move it up top. Ryan Loney, far circle. That shot was blocked by Crevier Moran. Stevenson finds it, and he clears.
Yeah, he blocked a couple shots there. He's a wall back there. He's not afraid to get in front of any shot whatsoever.
And now the Komets trying to regroup back up the near side board. Stopping into the zone is Garrett Thompson. He'll leave it to the other circle. Here's a shot there. Kravchenko had it blocked.
Crevier Moran again.
And now Garrett Thompson, one-on-one battle behind the net, pinning it up against that far end boards in a 2-on-1 battle. There was Marco. It's still free. Picked up here by Stevenson on the far half boards, and hard-working shift by the penalty killers there, and they clear.
Absolutely. Great job just battling along the boards and winning those battles.
Out to the neutral zone. Wichita's got Lane Bauer out there with McMillan and Lapine. There's a play coming through the middle of the ice. That was Arthur Tyanulin, who had the game winner in overtime the other night against Greenville. He has it at the top of the left wing circle, down to the goal line. They got a man open along the near goal line. There's a shot on a one-timer. Hodgman, a save, Riopel, and then the rebound was there, but Tyanulin could not find it.
Yeah, you see Lapine's been out there for the full penalty kill so far, 1:20, so he's got to get off the ice, get a little breather. So, again, a good job. He had a great stick in that backdoor pass across the crease. Lapine was able to get his stick down. He sees hunched over. He's got to be a little bit tired, but a great job there by the Thunder. Getting in lanes, getting sticks in lanes, getting body in front of the puck, and Riopel makes a save there at the end. He was able to see that all the way. So, good job so far as there's 40 seconds left here on the power play for Fort Wayne.
Left side face-off of Nick Riopel. Dyson Stevenson will have to come in and take this draw. 2:11 to go, second period. 2-2 is our score. 38 seconds of power play time for Fort Wayne. They get it out to the blue line. Tyanulin on the far face-off dot, down to the goal line. They try and play that across the front of the net, and the puck is picked up and cleared all the way back down.
You see that low play where the low player will turn their back and try to get their stick to the front of the net, and they've tried that a couple times tonight, but the Thunder have been aware of it.
Now they try and maneuver to the middle of the ice, and that's stolen by Travis Brown, and he'll clear. That will give the Komets one last rush up the ice with 8 seconds on the power play. 1:38 to go in the second. 2-2 our score. Hodgman gets around Tebow. Puck came free to the middle of the ice. That's Wichita's Travis Iwanicki. He snaps it up the near boards. Van Stralen out to center, who came out of the penalty box. Kademi left wing side. He'll come into the zone, working in on Shea, goes around the net. He's on his backhand. Feeds it out to Baudry. He'll take a one-timer. That got tipped up over the crossbar. Van Stralen to the slot. He's got Kademi. Ralph couldn't get a good shot off as it went onto the end boards. Here's Tebow getting that to the far side. They work it to Van Stralen. Out to Baudry. He'll put that on goal. Now again went wide. Tebow with a minute remaining here in this second period rather. Here's Baudry across. Finds that pass from Kademi, and he buries it and scores! And Baudry gives the Thunder a 3-2 lead.
And again, the same line, just great work down low, winning puck battles, able to get puck possession. Kademi made makes an outstanding pass from deep in the corner to Baudry, who's breaking in. He gets kind of lost in shuffle, and Fort Wayne got a little confused defensively there as Baudry's left wide open, and you give him that much room and that much time, he's gonna burn you every time. And he's got a great shot from the point. Takes full advantage of that right there. And again, this line just down deep and working and battling low and really kind of creating havoc for the Fort Wayne Komets defensively. And they're able to score another goal.
Jeremy Baudry, who was terrific on the road trip, Rob. That's his 12th goal of the season. Wichita's got it on the end wall. Quick play across the net by Baptista. 39 seconds remaining here in this second period as Bauer got tripped up in behind the play there by Larraza. Komets have it out in the neutral zone. 28 to go in the period. Good play there by Crevier Moran. He took a stick to the face as he tried to get a piece of Baptista. Puck along the near dasher behind the Thunder net as Crevier Moran gives it over to Dyson Stevenson. That's lifted up towards the Comet bench as Awanek rushing over to try and get a piece of Loney. 10 to go in the period. 3-2 Wichita. There's a long outlet pass. Awanek at the Comet line, and then getting knocked down to the ice is Dyson Stevenson, and a potential slew foot there by Curtis Leonard, and he will take a seat for a penalty. It'll be a tripping call. That was a dangerous play coming into the zone.
That was a very dangerous play. There's no question that it was going to be a penalty. It's just a case of what penalty was going to be called there. You're right, that easily could have been called a slew foot, as Dyson Stevenson actually had position on him. Was going to get that puck first, and so just 2.8 seconds left to go here in the period. So to start the third period, the Thunder are going to get a lengthy power play as Baudry scores a key goal after killing off that penalty, and a great penalty kill by the Thunder. And they'll come out with the third period with almost a full power play and maybe take advantage of that, get that 2-goal lead. And the face-off to end the period, Fort Wayne wins it, and that'll do it.
And so we will head to the locker room with the Thunder taking a 1-goal advantage after 2 periods. Ralph Kademi, a 3-assist game here tonight. Jeremy Baudry giving the Thunder a 3-2 lead, Rob, after 40 minutes.
If you're a hockey fan, that was a pretty exciting period. A lot of back and forth, power plays by both teams, PKs by both teams. It was physical, it was fast. Really a solid period by both teams as the shots are 23-23, but the Thunder, you can see them start to come on a little bit. And again, that line of Kademi, Van Stralen, who am I missing? Sorry. They've really done a great job of just putting a lot of pressure on the Fort Wayne in the defensive zone. So they've created a lot of opportunities. Like I said, Kademi's got 3 assists. He's had an outstanding game. So more of that as we come out, as we get ready for this third period. I'd like to see more of that as the game progresses.
Why don't we take a timeout? We'll come back. Yesterday was the NHL trade deadline. We'll talk a little bit about that when we return. Rob Boyle, Jason Mouse here on a Tuesday night. The Thunder have a 1-goal lead heading into the third period. Back after this.
This is Wichita Thunder Hockey.
Now at Metro PCS, get our best unlimited deal. That's right, go to your nearest Metro PCS store today and get 2 lines of unlimited LTE data for just $80, period. Yup, you got it right. That's 2 lines of unlimited LTE data for just $80. Plus, you get 2 free awesome smartphones with 32 gigs of memory when you switch, all on a reliable network. Hurry to your Metro PCS store today and make sure you don't miss out on this great unlimited deal. 2 lines of unlimited LTE data for just $80, plus you get 2 free awesome smartphones with 32 gigs of memory when you switch. Don't wait any longer to take advantage of this great deal. Metro PCS, wireless, figured out. Video streams at 480p, no tethering during congestion. The fraction of customers using greater than 35 gigs per month might notice reduced speeds. Sales tax not included in phone price, not valid for current T-Mobile numbers. Hertz Donut is open 25 hours a day, 8 days a week at both Wichita locations. Hertz Donut is known for their emergency donut deliveries, great sense of humor, donut milkshakes, charitable business model, and oversized donuts. Their donuts have been featured in Food Network magazine and BuzzFeed. Hertz Donut makes over 100 different varieties made fresh daily. Visit their 2 Wichita locations in Northwest Wichita at 21st and Ridge or in Northeast Wichita at 27th and Woodlawn.
Do you need traditional awards, plaques, name badges, signs, and even tumblers? Call Superior Signs and Engraving, the official sign provider of the Wichita Thunder. You can see them online at superiorsigns.biz or call them at 316-263-4264. Superior Signs and Engraving, the official sign provider of the Wichita Thunder.
Hey, Thunder fans, how much attention do you pay to your clinical lab work bills? Not much? Well, did you know you have the right to choose the lab you use just like your pharmacist? Affordalab is your direct-to-consumer lab solution. No insurance? Not a problem. No doctor's orders needed. Get educated and find out more about Affordalab at myaffordalab.com or call 681-2741. With locations in Wichita, Hayes, and Denver, Colorado, Affordalab has been saving you money on clinical lab work since 2006. Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2017-18 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the Premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC and mobile devices, as well as on Apple TV, Chromecast, and Amazon Fire TV. Visit ECHL.TV today and get into the game and never miss the action.
This year, Davis Liquor Outlet turns 40. Visit 4 independently owned stores in Wichita and support the local community. You'll find the largest selection of wine, beer, and spirits for your convenience at an everyday low price. Davis Liquor Outlet offers the best possible service accompanied by the best possible price. Just for you. Visit davisliquoroutlet.com for a discount coupon and get directions to a store near you. Neighborhood locations with superstore prices. You'll find it at Davis Liquor Outlet.
When it's time to move, it's time to get a move on.
Got to move? Well, call Get a Move On. Whether it's in town, across the country, business, or residential, Get a Move On can move you anywhere in the U.S. with service that you'll love for a price that's right. They even have free short-term storage and in-home estimates to make your move much easier. Plus, mention this ad and get $50 in free boxes when you move with Get a Move On. Call 729-GUYS. That's 729-4897.
This is Wichita Thunder Hockey.
Welcome back here on the Wichita Thunder Radio Network. Jason Mouse, Rob Boyle joining me on the call here tonight as the Thunder have a 1-goal lead over Fort Wayne. Good response, Rob, in that second period after the Komets scored early in the period on almost an end-to-end rush by Justin Hodgman. Yeah. I said that correctly, but he goes up the ice, turns into 2-on-1. He beats Nick Riopel, and the Thunder score the next 2 and take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, and that was a very good response by the Thunder, a good reaction, and given the previous scores, previous 2 games against Fort Wayne, it would have been very easy to kind of sit back and not let these guys take advantage of that, and they didn't. They stayed on the attack, and they got in on the forecheck, and we talked about that too. Something they had to do a little bit better that period was get in on a defenseman and force them to make mistakes, and they did that. And obviously with the 2 goals, come out with the success that they were looking for that period.
Well, yesterday was the NHL trade deadline, which certainly affects the AHL and the ECHL in different regards. What did you think of what happened in yesterday's move?
Wow, it was, the trade deadline is, I always find it funny. You see the shows on TV, and so I get up in the morning, I put on the NHL Network, and you see all these guys sitting around the desk waiting for things to happen, and you wonder if it will. But there was obviously some pretty significant moves with I think the biggest being Tampa Bay picking up Ryan McDonough and JT Miller from the Rangers, and only gave up 1 player off the roster and a draft pick, of course. But it really positions Tampa very well to be a top contender in the East, which they already were, but maybe even more so now. The Penguins, not maybe yesterday, but a couple days before, pick up Derek Brassard, so they shore up their middle. I think the National Predators did a great job picking up a couple of real good players. They got Kyle Turris early in the year, and they're really strong down the middle also. 4 lines deep, and they're really strong on the D end. So really a lot of interesting moves. Rick Nash goes from New York to the Boston Bruins. And I think he actually scored tonight. I haven't checked the score, but I think he actually scored tonight. Thomas Tatar gets traded over to Vegas. And Vegas in their first year looking to maybe make a long playoff run here. And So a lot of interesting moves. We'll see what happens going forward. Some of them, sometimes they pay off very well for teams. Sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle for new players to get acclimatized to their new teams. So it'll be interesting to see how that all turns out for all the teams involved.
The Edmonton Oilers making a couple of moves, not huge moves. I know they moved Patrick Maroon, and they ended up getting just a draft pick and a player from Boston College. I was reading some of the reactions about the trade. Did you feel like they didn't get as much as they probably could have?
That's a tough one. I mean, Patrick Maroon's had a couple of really good seasons with Edmonton. He played on the line with Connor McDavid for a little while, was able to fill the net. I want to say he had 20 or 25 goals last year, if I'm not mistaken. And wasn't having a bad season this year, but I think he was an unrestricted free agent. And maybe he was going to hit the market, so you want to get something for him. Oilers are not going to make the playoffs this year. And so, you try to get maybe a little something for an unrestricted free agent. They're able to do that. I know he was popular in Edmonton, so obviously fans are going to miss him. But, of course, Peter Chiarelli thinks he made his team better by making this move and picking up another draft pick. So I know some fans are probably upset about it, but I think in the long run it might work out best for the Edmonton Oilers.
And they also picked up Pontus Ahlberg in a trade as well.
Yeah, I don't really know much about him. I did see that trade. I was trying to read up a little bit about it. I don't know much about him. I know played in Nashville, played a little bit in the playoffs last year. He's got 35 goals in the American Hockey League this year, but it hasn't really translated to the NHL level yet. So we'll see. He's still a young guy, but we'll see what happens.
Why don't we take a timeout? We'll come back and talk about that second period, the scoring, and get ready for the third.
Absolutely.
Rob Boyle joining me on the call tonight. Back after this short break, the Thunder have a 1-goal lead heading into the third, up 3-2.
This is Wichita Thunder Hockey.
Say hello to the new frozen Dunkin' coffee. Real Dunkin' coffee, blended frozen, creamy smooth. A whole new way to enjoy your favorite coffee. America runs on Dunkin'.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, where you can follow the Wichita Thunder all season long or subscribe to an all-access pass to catch over 900 ECHL games in high definition. Early bird subscriptions are available now, and you can watch on Apple TV, Chromecast, and Amazon Fire TV. Head on over to ECHL.TV and never miss a moment of ECHL hockey. Eliminate hockey stench with SweatX Sport, the official laundry detergent and odor eliminator of the ECHL. SweatX is used by professional sports teams throughout North America. Its specially formulated high-performance laundry cleaning line is uniquely designed to lift and remove foul odors and release the toughest stains. SweatX is now available at your local sports retailer or online at sweatxsport.com.
I'm a loose change consultant. I bring people and loose change together. The first thing I tell clients, don't lift the sofa cushions and just stop. That's defeatist. Take the time to check and see if it's a sofa bed, because you could be sitting on a change mine. Bingo. The second thing I tell people, spend your loose change at Taco Shop. Those value meals are the best deal in town. One sofa bed, maybe a futon, you could eat for a week at Taco Shop. The loose change is there. It wants to be found.
Now at Metro PCS, get our best unlimited deal. Go to your nearest Metro PCS store today and get 2 lines of unlimited LTE data for just $80, period. Plus, you get 2 free awesome smartphones with 32 gigs of memory when you switch. Metro PCS, wireless, figured out. Video streams at 480p, no tethering during congestion. The fraction of customers using greater than 35 gigs per month might notice reduced speeds. Sales tax not included in phone price, not valid for current T-Mobile numbers.
This year, Davis Liquor Outlet turns 40. Visit 4 independently owned stores in Wichita and support the local community. If you're over 60 or active duty military, you'll save 10% every day of the week. Find the largest selection of wine, beer, and spirits at an everyday low price. Davis Liquor Outlet offers the best service and the best price just for you. Visit davisliquoroutlet.com for a discount coupon and get directions to a store near you. Neighborhood locations with superstore prices. You'll find it at Davis Liquor Outlet.
The Drive to Zero Coalition reminds us that every life is important and invites you to join the Drive to Zero campaign. Drunk drivers are involved in 1/3 of all traffic crash fatalities. That's over 100 fellow Kansans. Please do your part. Designate a sober driver and get home safely. Buckle up. Eliminate distracted driving. And remember, in Kansas, you drink, you drive, you lose. Sponsored by the Kansas Department of Transportation and the Drive to Zero Coalition.
Hockey fans, shop Tad's Locker Room, East and West, for the best in NHL. Bruins, Red Wings, Blackhawks, the Blues, Avalanche. Tad's Locker Room has what you're looking for. Tad's Locker Room is home for the top name brands and latest fashions for all sports. See for yourself why people all over town are saying, I got it at Tad's. Shop local with the fantastic team at Tad's, who has everything you need for all of your favorite teams. Tad's Locker Room East, 21st and Webb Road in the Cambridge Market, and west at 21st and Ridge Road. I got it at Tad's.
Welcome back here on the Wichita Thunder Radio Network. Apparently the commercial stopped. I do apologize for that. I wasn't paying attention. You and I were looking at some highlights of the goals that were scored, but the Thunder, Rob, have a 1-goal lead heading here into the third.
Yeah, and again, you want to see a lot of the same stuff we saw that period. Attack, and but be smart about it. You know, you can't be jumping up at the wrong time and or pinching at the wrong time, and you know, be smart, make sure your assignments are taken care of, and move the puck up. Look, you got to be aware of Fort Wayne looking to transition quickly. They did you know, they've been trying that all night, and they've had again a couple of opportunities as a result of that quick transition. So that's something they're going to have to be aware of this third period. But don't sit back, keep attacking, and you know, keep putting the pressure on their defense. They were able to create a couple of really good turnovers, and I know you haven't got to the highlight yet of Van Stralen's goal yet, but again, somebody else made a great job on the turnover there, and I wish we could see it, and I'm sure we will. But
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But and that's what you look for again in this period. So look for them to create a little more, a few more opportunities like that by creating turnovers. I got to give a shout out to Ed Bailey, who was up in Fort Wayne when the Thunder were up there last time, and he posted something on Facebook about being at Tim Hortons. I asked him to bring me back some Timbits. He ended up bringing me back some coffee. You know, I don't drink coffee, my wife does. So she very much appreciates that, and I haven't had a chance to thank Ed personally, so I'll give him a little shout out.
The coffee or the Timbits?
The coffee. I didn't get Timbits. I didn't get Timbits. So.
Well, you want to hear a funny story about that?
Sure.
And then we'll recap the scoring.
All right.
So I get in the elevator at the War Memorial Coliseum, and in the building they have a Tim Hortons stand, right? So lo and behold, who comes into the elevator with me? The lady who had 2 huge boxes of Timbits.
See,
and she gave me 10 boxes to carry up to the press area. She's like, don't tell anybody I gave you these. So I had Timbits, and I made best friends up in the press area.
Well, you'll definitely make best friends up there. Those are, they might be the greatest invention ever. But
for anybody who doesn't know what a Timbit is, it's like the Dunkin' Donuts Munchkins.
Yes, and I'll say it. I think Tim Hortons outdoes Dunkin' Donuts, but that's just my personal opinion. But I'm just throwing it out there.
So, anyways, here's how the scoring went in the second period. Fort Wayne took a 2-1 lead, their first lead of the game at 1:21 of the second. Hodgman from Tyanulin and Binkley. Wichita's Ryan Van Stralen from Kademi at 5:36 tied the game at 2, and then Bondry at 19 minutes and 4 seconds, his 12th of the year from Kademi and Tebow, and that's where we stand. Ralph Kademi with 3 assists here tonight.
Yeah, Kademi made an outstanding pass to Bondry on that third goal, and like I said earlier, Bondry's not going to miss those opportunities when you give him time and space like that, and again, that was caused just by a lot of confusion, good cycling by the Thunder down low, and the Fort Wayne Komets just got puck watching there a little bit, and Bondry just sneaks into the seam, and a great pass by Kademi, and and Beaudry puts it home. That's where we are right now as we 3-2 Thunder as we get ready to start the third period. And the Thunder are going to come out here with a great opportunity on the power play, see if they can't increase that lead by 2.
The shots in the second period, Wichita with 14, the Komets with 9. The Thunder flipped the script of the first period. The Komets had 14, the Thunder had 9.
Yeah.
So we're tied at 23 apiece heading into this third period. Again, the Thunder with a power play like Rob had mentioned as we head into this third period of play. We're a minute and 58 seconds as the two teams are back on the ice. A minute, well, the clock has stopped. Not sure if the clock is frozen. Quick peek around the ECHL out-of-town scoreboard. Toledo 4-3 winners over Indy. Brampton 4-1 winner against the Worcester Railers. The Rapid City Rush have a 2-1 lead in Kansas City right now against the Mavericks.
So not a real busy night in the ECHL, but some very good games.
And the clock is finally starting to run.
And you talk about the Mavericks, and they're kind of pushing to have that playoff push going on with them right now, and they're a couple points out of that last spot in the division, and so they're looking to make a run there.
Here's the face-off to begin this third period, and we are underway with Lane Bauer taking the draw. Wichita's forced deep in their own zone as the Komets are putting pressure on the puck. And finally, Wichita's Jeremy Beaudry will skate up to the neutral zone. Now for Butcher, right wing side. He'll zap that across over to Dyson Stevenson. They enter and play this back up the far boards, but unfortunately, Lane Bauer was cheating to the middle of the ice, Rob, and it came all the way back down in front of the benches.
Yeah, and there was a little bit more time there, a little more patience, I think, and Beaudry just got maybe a little excited, and unfortunately, Bauer was not there.
Wichita's Ralph Kademi will come up the right wing. Kademi snaps it on the end wall. This is stolen by Bobby Shea, lifted all the way back down to center. A potential high stick here, but Larraza will get to a loose puck and he'll fire a shot on net, and Riopel got a piece of that.
That was tricky.
3-on-2 the other way for Wichita. Butcher near side, and that's going to be whistled for an offside on the Thunder.
That was close.
I couldn't tell. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if Latta lifted his foot maybe a little bit early there, but that was pretty close.
Here's a face-off in front of the Fort Wayne bench. Nick Latta will take the draw for Wichita. Actually, Travis Awanek, my mistake. Latta got to a loose puck, and the Thunder will start back behind their own net. Out to center ice, Brown. Down the middle lane, comes in on the near side. He'll send this around the end wall. That took a weird bounce on the boards, and this is cleared by the Komets.
Yeah, Thunder just haven't been able to get set up in the offensive zone. They head back for the breakout.
This is Wichita's Travis Brown skating with possession. He'll leave the drop pass over to Mark McMillan. McMillan trying to get that over to Latta. And now Latta will play it across in front of the benches. It's sent around the Fort Wayne net. The netminder Hauser came out of the goal. The Thunder initially had the puck, and this is stolen back the other way. Here is Szydlowski. Szydlowski trying to get that to the middle of the ice for Waugh. He'll get it back, and a wrist shot goes off of a stick and over the nets. And the penalty is about to expire. Wichita is back to full strength. The Thunder 1 for 3 on the man advantage. As McMillan will get to the red line, he'll chip this up the right wing boards. Took a cross check there from Ryan Culkin. And it's played back onto the stick now of Garrett Thompson, who turned it over initially as Wichita's Dyson Stevenson near the Fort Wayne line got a piece of a pass. Komets up in front of the penalty boxes. Played back down the near wall. And now a steal is Van Stralen going shoulder to shoulder there with Kravchenko. 17:30 to go in this third period. Thunder with a 3-2 lead here on Fort Wayne. The Komets working back up the ice. Hodgman, that pass is stolen in front of the top of the right wing circle in the Thunder zone. Now it's lifted across near side, and Stevenson will get this out of the zone. That was almost a dangerous play, Rob, as Wichita had trouble getting the puck out.
It was almost a very dangerous play, and you see Fort Wayne kind of pushing the pace here a little bit, just as they actually did that on the penalty kill, I thought, not afraid to take a chance for an offensive opportunity.
Puck goes back down behind the Thunder goal line. And now it's a steal here by Bobby Shea. Leaves it over there to Desjardins. A pass over to Tyanulin to the slot. A shot on goal, save made. Rebound again, and it's a loose puck that's stuffed in past Riopel. As Nick could not hold on to the rebound, and this game is tied at 3.
It looked like Trevor Cheek was in on that one for his second of the game. He made the initial save. Riopel made the initial save, and I'm not sure if that rebound just got kicked right back out to him. And maybe a little bit of puck watching there by the Thunder as well. As the initial shot came in, Riopel made the save, and he's still down. He hasn't got back up yet, so I'm not sure.
And the Thunder trainer, Nick Chabon, is going to have to come on the ice.
Yeah, he kind of stretched his leg there a little bit. He did get it caught up between the post and I think Cheek as he came in for that rebound. He kicked out the first shot, and then the rebound came to Cheek. Cheek was able to put it in. It kind of nicked Riopel a little bit. We see Starrett getting his mask on, getting ready. Gonna come on the ice and maybe get a little loose. We see Riopel getting up to his knee, and we'll see how he is. Looks like he's gonna be all right.
Nick's played a solid game despite giving up that goal.
Yeah, he really has. He's made a couple of great saves, especially in that second period. And not to mention his counterparts actually made a couple of really outstanding saves as well. Hauser's really kept Fort Wayne in the game, allowed them to take that lead. I think the one Latta he came across on Latta, made that leg pad save on the wraparound, and made a couple of good saves on a power play as well. So Hauser's played a solid game as well. And Riopel looks like he's ready to go. Looks like he's going to stay in. Just a little shaken up.
Certainly not what you want to have happen to start the third period. You have a power play. You can't get much going, Rob, on the power play, and then you give up a goal the next shift.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought Fort Wayne was pushing the pace there a little bit. Even on the penalty kill, they weren't afraid to go up and take chances if they had an offensive opportunity to jump up and get something going. They just kind of pushed the pace a little bit, and they have here through the first 4 minutes or 3 minutes and 15 seconds of this third period.
Here's Guillaume Lepine, can't clear the puck out that far board. Sean Szydlowski over stick handles the puck coming across the Thunder blue line, and it is out into the neutral zone. Fort Wayne back in their own third. Wichita's Crevier Moran with a steal on his line. Guillaume Lepine will curl back into the far corner. Now for Bauer, almost stumbled there, but gets this up in the air. Knocked down by Ryan Loney at the Comet line. Back up the left wing. Garrett Thompson steps into the Thunder defensive zone. Plays back in behind the Wichita net to the far boards. And Dyson Stevenson will lift this not out of the zone. Kept in there by Jason Binkley. It's loose on the near side boards. And Travis Awanek with a nice play to make sure that got out of the zone. Thompson back the other way. Garrett Thompson leaves it for Szydlowski, and then Szydlowski had that blocked there by Crevier Moran, who's slow to get to his feet.
And he's laboring over to the bench.
Thunder
better be
forward
careful.
starting to fall like flies here, Rob.
Yeah.
15:34 to go, third period. 3-3 our score. Wichita's Ralph Kademi has it in his own defensive zone. And he'll lift it back out up the near side boards. In front of the penalty box is Culkin. He'll move it across. Back the other way is Cortez. Stolen here by Trevor Cheek, who has a pair of goals for these Fort Wayne Komets. And now Beaudry for the Thunder. A nice pass ahead. He gets that over to the other circle and out wide. Here's Dufour, a shot, rebound in front. And that one is covered up there by Hauser.
That hit just on the inside of the post. It did not go in by any means, but he just rattled that thing off the post. What a great shot. And Hauser's able to hold up or find that rebound and able to cover up as everyone converged to the net. Close call there.
Well, the referee is over at the score table.
Yeah, I don't think that went in. It went off. It definitely went off the post. Fans are a little upset there, but I don't think it went in.
15 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the third. A tie game at 3. Thunder win the draw. Butcher out for Brown. He had the shot blocked, and it comes out to center. He dragged down Mason Baptista. Wichita has it back on the near side circle in their own defensive zone. Lotta finding Boutet. Out for Kevin Dufour. Couldn't hold on to that pass on his backhand. And now the other way, the Komets have it. Scanning up the far side, Tyanulin for Baptista. Down the middle lane, and the Komets will come in a little bit too early as they are offside. Fort Wayne will travel up to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Mavericks on Friday and Saturday. So they have a couple of days off before they get back going, and then a full weekend as they take on Kansas City Friday, Saturday, and then go over to Quad City to take on the Mallards.
That's a tough weekend. Like I said, Kansas City is going to be a hungry team as they're trying to make a push for a playoff spot, and so it's going to be interesting to see how they respond. And like I said, Fort Wayne's are going to get a couple days off before they go 3-3.
Play back down the far boards. Riopelle out of the net, sends it into the near side corner. Crevier and Moran had Garrett Thompson all over him. Kravchenko down there as well. 2-on-2 battle. It pops free in behind the net. Szydlowski's got a man in the slot. Here's a chance. Binkley rebound, and it went back onto the stick of Garrett Thompson, who gets hit hard there by Crevier Moran. As Marco in a one-on-one battle. Play back down the ice. And it's sent the other way to our right. Icing waved off as it came hard off the end wall right back to the crease. As play continues with 13:55 to go in the third. 3-3 our scores. A long outlet pass there from Tebow. And this will be icing.
Thunder keep looking for that long outlet pass and trying to transition, but Fort Wayne's just been in lanes and just hasn't worked out. I think the Thunder just got to get back and regroup and try to create a little bit more speed coming through the neutral zone and push Fort Wayne back. Right now, everybody's just kind of standing still in the neutral zone. They've become much easier targets to check. So I'd like to see them kind of regroup a little bit, get a little bit more speed, and attack, start attacking Fort Wayne. I don't know about you, but for me, it seems like Fort Wayne's had the puck the whole period.
Here's Culkin trying to get that through some traffic. Goes into the far corner. Tyanulin, one-on-one battle, plays it on the end wall. Beaudry spins away from Cheek. Cheek lost his stick. Beaudry to the far boards, and the Thunder out of the zone. Dyson Stevenson, right wing, he'll send it in behind the net. Rides the kick plate. Nice play behind. Here's Travis Owanek looking to the slot. We'll get that out to Beaudry. Steps away from pressure, throws that onto the end wall. Kademi couldn't get there for the Thunder. And now back in the near corner is Trevor Cheek. Here's a steal. Ralph Kademi couldn't hold on to the puck as it just rolled off his backhand. He had a man wide open in front of the net.
And McMillan is the third player. I missed on this line. I can't believe I did that, but this line's been real tough for the Thunder all night.
Justin Hodgman in. Hodgman and Beaudry with a poke check. Centering pass intercepted by Kademi. And with 12:54 to go in the third, tied at 3, it's cleared out to center. Van Stralen taken off the puck by Culkin. The Thunder get it deep and back the other way quickly come the Komets. 2-on-2. Here's Marco Waugh outside. He plays it to the slot. A kick saved there by Nick Riopelle with traffic right in front of him.
That was a huge save.
Back in behind the net is Boutet to the right wing corner. Tries to get Travis Brown the puck, and now it's Van Stralen with a defender on him. Here's a steal and a shot for the far blue line. A save by the leg pad there of Nick Riopelle. And Van Stralen trying to clear that up and out of the zone, and Bobby Shea helping him out as he carries back to his own blue line. Curtis Leonard for the Komets. Leave a drop pass behind his back. And now Shea backpedaling across the ice. Bobby Shea up to center. He'll dump it in. Wichita is able to get there first. Outlet pass intended for Kademi is intercepted by Waugh as Boutet couldn't find him. Back the other way it goes. Crevier Moran in a battle. It's stolen, cleared out to the line, and that's going to be an offside. And then Garrett Thompson with a shot at the whistle. And Ralph Kademi comes over. Looked like he was going to get in his face, but he does not. And we get immediate timeout, Rob, with 11:50 to go in the third.
Yeah, that was pretty close. The Thunder defense have to do a better job getting underneath sticks and taking away sticks. They've had pretty good position, but they're not taking away the stick. A couple of, again, close tips. The one there, Riopelle made an unbelievable save. As that was headed for the corner, he was able to stick his leg out and get a piece of it. And then just another one just before that, just a simple deflection. So the defensive, and again, in the zone, Thunder players have to get underneath sticks and start taking away sticks as it's pretty easy to get your stick on a puck these days and a quick deflection. And they haven't done a very good job of that here so far this period. Like I said, it kind of seems like Fort Wayne's had the puck the entire period, and we're 9 minutes and 10 seconds into it. And, 8 minutes and 10 seconds into the period. And Fort Wayne, again, is really pushing the pace right here.
I want to say thank you to Blaze Pizza. Tweet your seat location. When you come to a Thunder game, just take a selfie and tweet it on the Thunder Twitter feed. Hashtag Blaze Thunder, and attach not only our Twitter handle, but also Blaze Pizza's Twitter handle.
Tweet your seat.
It's that's just the thing, the happening thing to do, Rob.
Apparently. I'm not a big Twitter person.
You're not?
No, I'm not. I follow people on Twitter, and I like to read it from time to time, but I can't say I tweet. There's not much I can say in 150 characters, so.
Off the face-off. Here's a steal and cleared back into the Thunder defensive zone. On the near side boards, out to the line. There's Loney putting it towards the net. And Lane Bauer trying to chop it up the left wing boards. Can't get it out as Bobby Shea got his body along the wall. Actually, that was Binkley. Finally, Iwanek will get this over to Dyson Stevenson, who's challenged coming up the rink. He'll dump it to the right wing corner. Binkley will send it around the far boards. Out of the zone it goes, and a foot race the other way. Crevier Moran trying to get there. And Marco able to win the battle, but unfortunately the Thunder getting back into the play a little bit too slow. Here's a steal. Cortez walking in right down the middle of the ice, and a shot is covered up by Riopel, and he is down again.
I don't know if that caught him on top of the pad, but he definitely tweaked something. It looks like he's all right getting up, but maybe that puck just hit him in a funny spot. As it can do from time to time, it can be a little painful. I've always said you have to be a special kind of somebody to put those pads on to play at this level. For me, I think it's the toughest position in all sports, but that's just me.
Here's a face-off to the glove side of Riopel. Beaudry will rim it up the near boards. Kademi had that taken away by Tyanulin. He goes back behind the Wichita net. Larraza one-on-one against Beaudry. Two-on-two battle back there. Comes free to the far boards. Here's Van Stralen. Plays it across the Thunder zone, and finally Wichita's out. That pass intended for McMillan was behind him. And now Van Stralen caught up there with Trevor Cheek. That'll be called a penalty against Wichita as he dragged him down after the puck had left his stick. Extra attack around the ice for Fort Wayne as Hauser is at the bench. Played back down behind the net. 10.5 to go in the third. The Komets still with possession in the offensive zone in a 6-on-5 situation. Culkin near circle. They play it now to Trevor Cheek, and that was blocked in front by Mark McMillan. It'll be called a tripping penalty against the Thunder.
Actually, I'm going to guess Tebow got the brunt of that one because all three Thunder players went down. Tebow's kind of huddled over, headed over to the bench. A lot of block shots by the defense tonight. And he's feeling that one pretty good.
Well, the Thunder have played a lot of hockey, Rob, over this last 2.5 weeks. As of last Saturday, it was 7 games in 11 days.
Well, it doesn't get any easier with this weekend coming up, too. And, we got tonight and Friday night, so it's going to be, another tough few days. And, again, what comes of this game? We'd like to see a strong finish here, kind of get that go-ahead goal and kind of keep putting the pressure on Fort Wayne and get back on the winning side.
Off the draw, they play to the far circle. There's a save made on the initial shot, and Riopel covers it up with traffic near the crease.
And he's hurting. He's down again.
Are you surprised that he's still in the game?
I am a little bit surprised, and it's a difficult thing. It's you want to tough it out. You want to get through it. You've played a really, really good game, and he's battling through. But at some point, are you still a benefit to your team? So I am a little surprised he's still in there.
Face-off is to his glove side, 1:53 on the Van Stralen penalty. This is Van Stralen's second of the hockey game. Culkin off the draw, comes across the blue line. Moves it over to Trevor Cheek. Cheek moving through defenders. They get it out to the far circle. Cheek is trying to set himself up for a potential one-timer. And now Hodgman has it at the near circle for the Komets. left wing side of the zone. Here's Cheek, quick shot on net, and a leg pad save made there by Riopel, and getting the puck up and out was Crevier Moran as he rung it around the far boards. Komets trying to regroup quickly. It's stolen here by Dyson Stevenson, and he's able to slide it all the way back down with a minute 14 on the power play.
Yeah, and a good job here by the Thunder again, not really allowing too much except for that face-off win and a little bit of possession. They're doing a great job again, creating turnovers.
9:25 to go in the third, 3-3 our score. 59 seconds on the power play. Boutet in a battle there with Kravchenko. It'll go to the far side boards. And now Kravchenko has it in behind the net, gives it over to Garrett Thompson. He's challenged, and then Thompson takes down Etienne Boutet behind the Thunder net. Ryan Loney in the high slot finds a loose puck. Here's Roy out to the slot. Loney, a shot on goal and a save made there by Riopel.
He's down again, so he gets up a little bit quicker there. I wasn't sure. You see Nick Chabon keeping a real close eye on Riopel over there. He gets back up, he's ready to go. 38 seconds left here in the penalty to Van Stralen. 9:02 to go left in the period.
Locker side face-off. Travis Awanek and Marco Waugh. Garrett Thompson took down Travis Awanek. Away from the puck, it's loose on the near boards. Marco Waugh, Thompson on the end wall, steps away from a check, gets it to Szydlowski. Thompson now plays it up the board. Szydlowski had trouble with the puck. It'll bounce free, and a shorthanded one-on-one here for Awanek. Awanek trying to drive wide up the right wing, and he had the puck taken off of his stick on the near side. Dasher just inside the blue line by Loney. 6 to go on the power play. Wichita's Mark McMillan got away with one as he knocked down a man off the rush, and now here's Wichita's McMillan up the ice, and a potential 2-on-1, gets around a man, plays it towards the net with a terrific strength play there. He had a man all over him. And now Tebow will hammer one on goal. It's loose near the front of the net and then lifted back out to the blue line. What a play there by McMillan.
It really was. And he had Van Stralen coming out of the box and going to the net. He just missed the rebound.
And now the other way. It's dumped back in behind the goal. Leonard for the Komets. Had that go off of Ralph Kanemi's body near the benches. 8 to go in this third period, 3-3. Curtis Leonard in his own zone. Plays it up in front of the penalty boxes. Baptista coming up on a 3-on-3 break. Tries to get that to Larraza. He'll send it in behind the Wichita net. Comes back to the near side now as Tebow will gather it up. He'll try and play a backhand. It didn't get past Leonard. Goes off the end wall as Wichita's Nick Riopel tipped it. And now Butcher has it for the Thunder. And he'll put a high backhand through the middle of the ice. 7:23 to go in this third period, 3-3. Baptista down the left wing, and he'll send it about 20 feet off the playing surface. Back down into the Thunder defensive zone. Travis Brown going D to D, Tebow. And now Wichita's Dufour across the ice, Kademi. He'll skate in front of the benches. Leaves it for Brown on a 2-on-3. He'll fire a long shot on a Hauser. And Hauser catches it with a glove.
Yeah, guys going to net again. You see that's a last couple of shifts. We've seen a couple of real good offensive opportunities for the Thunder. And the first 2 ones of the period. And I think they've only had 3 shots this entire period. They're being outshot 10-3 right now so far. So they got to see if you can't generate a little bit more offense and really kind of look for an opportunity here. Like I said, Fort Wayne really looks like they've had the puck the entire period up until the last couple of shifts.
Blocker side faceoff of Hauser. Puck goes up the far side, Dasher, and Tyanulin trying to play it up the wall. He didn't get a lot on the pass, but they get it over to Hodgman. Far circle, shot on goal, save made, rebound was at the far circle, and Wichita's Boutet was able to move it away from the front of the net. Now Tyanulin for the Komets. Gates behind the goal, tries to play a backhand in front, and Wichita's Dyson Stevenson knocking it down with his glove. He'll move it out of the zone. Wichita's Travis Awanek showing some strength, gets it to the slot. Here's Lane Bauer, puck loose, comes to the near face-off circle. Dyson Stevenson with possession, plays it back behind the Fort Wayne net with 6.5 to go in the third. We're still tied at 3. Bouncing puck on the far boards. Wichita's Dyson Stevenson over stick handling it. And now Hodgman back the other way for Fort Wayne. Down the middle lane, goes over the Thunder blue line. Curls back near side, will leave it across to the far circle. There's a shot from Binkley that went wide. And then Ryan Loney has it at the near point. Down behind the goal. McMillan in a one-on-one battle as he tries to tie up Tyanulin. They get it out to Binkley at the blue line. Steps away from Van Stralen. He'll fire a shot that goes wide and all the way to the blue line again. This line has got to get a change with 5:51 to go in the third. Tied at 3. Wichita's Crevier Moran plays it up the wall. Pitching down was Binkley. Shot goes off of Riopel's leg pad. And then Guillaume Lepine trying to tie his man up. He lost him. It comes free and bounced just over the net. Knocked down into the near corner. Here's Van Stralen trying to get this out of the zone. He cannot. Kept in by Loney. Finding Szydlowski. Szydlowski spinning away from Crevier Moran. A backhand that goes up into the far corner. They keep it alive again. Here's Loney, and he got that one blocked by Dyson Stevenson. Again, this line has got to get this out of the zone. As Wichita's Guillaume Lepine will pick up the puck. And finally trying to get a backhand up the near wall. That's taken by Dyson Stevenson and cleared just outside the line. Wichita will get one man off the ice. Here's Crevier Moran out for Mark McMillan. McMillan's pass intended for Kevin Dufour was broken up, but the Thunder do get some new legs on the ice after it came out to the Fort Wayne line. Under 5 to go, Rob, here in this tie game at 3. Here's a shot from the blue line on a leg pad save, Riopel.
But Lepine's been out there for quite some time. He's got to get off the ice, too.
Curtis Leonard intercepting, and now the other way, here's Larraza. Larraza trying to walk in. That shot gets tipped up into the near side corner. Marco Waugh taken away by Wichita, and now Nick Latta up the ice. Unable to get that to Ralph Kademi. Good defensive play by Bobby Shea, and he'll come up there with Waugh. That pass was broken up, and now Wichita's Sam Tebow has it back in his own defensive zone. Almost gave that up as Nick Latta trying to get a pass there from Beaudry. And now Tebow will get it behind the Wichita net. Up the far side boards, trying to find Travis Iwanek in front of the benches. And quick up the ice pass ahead here for Waugh. They drop it off to Culkin. Enter the Thunder zone, right wing side. There's a shot for the far boards. And it's gloved down by Nick Riopel, who again is in a lot of pain as he fights that one off and covers.
Yeah, and I'm trying to I don't know what he's favoring. Obviously, his leg. I want to say it's his right leg, but every time he goes down and gets back up, he's in a little bit of discomfort, you can tell. And he's kind of actually going right back to the locker room right now, so I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if he's just going to pick something up or maybe try to stretch something out. But Shane Sterrett is actually going in. He's putting on his stuff right now.
So it appears as if the rookie netminder for Wichita will have to come in for the Thunder with 3:52 to go in the third.
And I'm a little surprised it didn't happen a little bit sooner. Riopel's played a great game, and he got, I know he wants to battle through and come out, but it's an important game. It's a tight game, and he probably wasn't doing himself any favors either, just trying to battle through that, maybe making things a little bit worse. But we hope he's all right. He's played a heck of a game tonight. So Shane Sterrett is now in net.
So Shane Sterrett coming in with a record of 16-9-3. 2.88 goals against average, a .915 save percentage. 31 games that he's appeared in, Rob, and I know it's a tough situation to come into a tie game late in the third period and you haven't seen a shot since warm-up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real tough situation. This game's been pretty intense and back and forth, and hopefully Thunder can get possession right here and allow Shane Sterrett to get it maybe a little warmed up a little bit more with that face-off deep in the Thunder zone right now.
It'll be to his glove side. Wichita wins the draw. Travis Brown has it for Wichita. Skate back behind the net, stops and reverses his ice. Now a long outlet pass, able to find Mark McMillan down the right wing side. He's out wide, fires a shot on net. Unfortunately, Dyson Stevenson couldn't find the loose puck. Stevenson, Iwanek, and McMillan here for the Thunder as a shot goes off of Shane Sterrett from the right wing. Back down in behind the net. They find Binkley at the right wing point. He'll play that on the end wall. Travis Brown trying to work this back down the near side as Boutet unable to get to the loose puck. It's stolen here by Wichita on the far boards, however, and this is lifted out to center by Travis Brown. Quick pass ahead. Baptista That was stolen initially by McMillan. Somehow that play was onside. Thompson plays it across the Thunder zone to the right wing corner. Now behind the goal. Here's Baptista. He is knocked off the puck nicely there by Wichita's Crevier Moran. Now in the far corner, it's Sean Szydlowski. Skates away from a defender, gets to the slot, fires it towards traffic, and that's stolen by Crevier Moran, and will bounce it off the far dashboard, Rob, with 2:40 to go in this third period.
Yeah, Thunder almost get caught in a change there.
Garrett Thompson back the other way. Thompson looking for a man as Boutet got away with one as he knocked down Szydlowski in the middle of the ice, and now he wants a piece of Etienne Boutet. He kind of went after him as Boutet was heading for a change.
Yeah, he needed to get a change too.
And now it's stolen in the middle of the Thunder zone off the rush. Kravchenko took it away, and now a steal by Wichita's Kademi. He'll come up the right wing side with Butcher. Tries to play it down the right boards. Ralph Kademi, one-on-one battle, then Butcher got hammered on the near side there by Kravchenko, and he's slow to get up. He's in the near corner. There's a shot on net that's knocked away by Hauser.
Yeah, that was a. Oh.
Here's Hodgman in. Hodgman, and he's taken down the puck towards the goal line, and Shane Sterrett covers that one up and hangs on.
That was a great save by Shane Sterrett. I was going to say Butcher looked a little shaken up, but that was a bit of a high hit, I thought, by Kravchenko there. He kind of came high and caught it with a bit of a headshot. At least that's what it looked like from here, as Kademi went, kind of sent a little message to Kravchenko that he kind of knocked the stick out of his hand. I thought maybe he would have gone after him, but you don't want to take a penalty at this point in the game with just 1:51 to go, the 3-3 tie. But I thought that was a bit of a high hit, and Chad Butcher went right back to the locker room. You see, he struggled all the way to get back to the benches. There was an opportunity by Fort Wayne coming back the other day, and Shane Sterrett made an outstanding save.
Looks like Gary Graham is going to have a word with Stephen Renault, and now Malcolm Cameron wants one as well with the referee tonight. As the play has stopped at the moment with 1:51 to go in the third period in a 3-3 hockey game.
And you're right, both coaches get their say, and you see Coach Cameron's pretty upset. I think he has reason to be. I thought that was a bit of a high hit. Again, hard to tell. Kademi did kind of block it out a little bit, and I couldn't really see, but it even looked like Kravchenko left his feet a little bit. So hopefully Chad Butcher is okay. Face off deep in the Thunder zone, won by the Thunder.
Travis Brown will skate up the far wall in front of the benches. Had it stripped off his stick as he got to the Fort Wayne bench. And now Tyson Stevenson trying to step away from pressure. Gets up the left wing. Can't get that past Ryan Culkin. Culkin has it in his feet. And then Garrett Thompson over to Trevor Cheek. He decides just to get the puck out of the zone. 1:28 to go in the third. 3-3 our score. Crevier Moran trying to find Mark McMillan. McMillan had that taken away near the blue line. Here's Cheek in, far side, fires in a shoulder save, Shane Sterrett. Now he gets it out to the top of the circles, and that's Ryan Culkin, and he fires one from the deep slot and beats Shane Sterrett. The Komets lead this game 4-3.
Well, I think that shot initially actually hit Shane Sterrett in the head and bounced right back out. And maybe shook him up a little bit, as, again, not picked up coming off the bench. I'm not sure who that was, but again, left open that slot area looking for that loose guy coming in, and the Thunder failed to pick him up, and the Fort Wayne Komets go up 4-3 here with 1:15 to go. So it should be a furious last minute, 15 seconds here.
Off the draw taken by Ralph Kademi. He'll get that deep into the zone. Kademi, one-on-one battle. Nick Lotta trying to get to a loose puck. Sterrett is at the Wichita bench. It's taken here by Mason Baptista. Clears it up on the near side dasher. Can't get it out. And now Lotta across near side. Fired on net there by Beaudry. Comes around the far side dasher. And good play there by Wichita's Nick Lotta to strip that away from Desjardins. But it's moved out to center ice. Wichita trying to get this back into the offensive zone. The Thunder scored with 8 seconds left in Saturday's game and a power play goal. There's a shot from the near side. Beaudry that goes off of the paddle of Hauser into the netting and out of play.
I'm sure we're going to see a timeout, 31.4 seconds to go. We see Coach Cameron already has a clipboard in his hand, so they're going to call a timeout here. I should make a note that Chad Butcher did make his way back out from the locker room and is on the ice. 31.4 to go. Really, it's been Fort Wayne's period. I think they've had the better of the play. Again, I think they have puck possession certainly most of the period as road shooting. The Thunder now almost 20-5, 19-5 in shots this period. And they've Fort Wayne's really dominated. But still an opportunity for the Thunder here to get this thing tied up. Shane Starrett on the bench. So we'll be 6-on-5 here for the last 30 seconds.
This is certainly an area the Thunder have been really good at, Rob, heading into the third with a lead and when they score. But here tonight, that's in danger with a 4-3 deficit.
Yeah, and so the Thunder are going to have to be hard on pucks here. You got to be able to retrieve it quickly, make sure you're outmanning Fort Wayne anytime you're around the puck, and shoot from anywhere. Get the puck on net. Don't wait for that perfect opportunity. Just try to get something on net, crash, bang, and do what you can to get an opportunity here.
Left side face-off of Hauser, 31 seconds to go. Travis Awanek on the draw, wins it to Kademi. They move it across. Beaudry, and he missed the net with a one-timer. And the Komets will get to a loose puck. This is lifted all the way back down, and that will be an icing with 21 seconds to go here in the third. The Thunder had that face-off set, and they had the play they wanted, but Beaudry unable to hit the net.
Yeah, that was set up perfectly how they wanted. We'll see if they do something a little bit different here. Fort Wayne's kind of expecting it a little bit, so we'll see if they change it up a little bit.
Face off to the glove side of Hauser. Awanek will take the draw again. Stevenson, Kademi, Beaudry, Travis Brown, and McMillan. The Komets win the draw. They move it around the far side. It's lifted up and out. And that's Szydlowski firing it all the way to the empty net, and he scores. And the Komets will take a 5-3 lead with 12 seconds to go in the third.
Didn't even look at that, just kind of turned around and just tried to get into the zone without icing it. Didn't really look, but it does hit the middle of the net, and that will pretty much do it here, folks. 12.5 seconds left to go, and the Komets take the 5-3 lead with here in the third period. As fans start hitting the exits. You know, it was a pretty entertaining game, and Fort Wayne wins the face-off.
7 seconds to go. Dump back to our left. Wichita has possession. It's Nick Latta, and that will do it. The Komets end up scoring 3 times in the third period and walk out of here with a 5-3 win against the Thunder here tonight. Our final score, the Komets 5, Wichita 3.
Yeah, I mean, really a little disappointing if you're the Thunder. You take that lead into the third period. Fort Wayne was the better team in the third period, no question. They possessed the puck pretty much the entire game. Unfortunately for Riepel getting hurt, Shane Starrett had to come in a real tough situation and makes the initial save on that fourth goal. It hit him in the head, and the rebound comes back out of the corner and pass out in front, and Fort Wayne was able to put it away. So unfortunate sequence of events there, but you know, the first period, like I said, it was a kind of a tale of two halves. Wichita really good early, then Fort Wayne better. That second period was really entertaining with both teams really going back and forth. They opened it up a little bit, a lot of speed going back and forth, but the third period really was all Fort Wayne. They were the better team, more puck possession, and obviously out shooting the Thunder by a significant margin there in that third period.
Any other comments before we take a break?
No, it's just a little unfortunate. Thunder going to have to regroup. Unfortunately, it's their fifth loss in a row, and things are getting a little tight coming down the stretch here. A couple big games with Idaho this weekend, and so you know, it's going to be a heck of a finish here as we wind down the season.
Well, we'll take a timeout, come back and join us as I'll recap how this one went. Thanks, Brom, once again for joining me on the call.
Absolutely.
Back after this short timeout.
This is Wichita Thunder Hockey.
Say hello to the new frozen Dunkin' coffee. Real Dunkin' coffee, blended frozen, creamy smooth. A whole new way to enjoy your favorite coffee. America runs on Dunkin'.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV where you can follow the Wichita Thunder all season long or subscribe to an all-access pass to catch over 900 ECHL games in high definition. Early bird subscriptions are available now, and you can watch on Apple TV, Chromecast, and Amazon Fire TV. Head on over to ECHL.TV and never miss a moment of ECHL hockey. Eliminate hockey stench with SweatX Sport, the official laundry detergent and odor eliminator of the ECHL. SweatX is used by professional sports teams throughout North America. Its specially formulated high-performance laundry cleaning line is uniquely designed to lift and remove foul odors and release the toughest stains. SweatX is now available at your local sports retailer or online at sweatxsport.com.
I'm a loose change consultant. I bring people and loose change together. The first thing I tell clients, don't lift the sofa cushions and just stop. That's defeatist. Take the time to check and see if it's a sofa bed, because you could be sitting on a change mine. Bingo. The second thing I tell people, spend your loose change at Taco Shop. Those value meals are the best deal in town. One sofa bed, maybe a futon, you could eat for a week at Taco Shop. The loose change is there. It wants to be found.
Now at Metro PCS, get our best unlimited deal. Go to your nearest Metro PCS store today and get 2 lines of unlimited LTE data for just $80, period. Plus, you get 2 free awesome smartphones with 32 gigs of memory when you switch. Metro PCS, wireless, figured out. Video streams at 480p, no tethering during congestion. The fraction of customers using greater than 35 gigs per month might notice reduced speeds. Sales tax not included in phone price, not valid for current T-Mobile numbers.
This year, Davis Liquor Outlet turns 40. Visit 4 independently owned stores in Wichita and support the local community. If you're over 60 or active duty military, you'll save 10% every day of the week. Find the largest selection of wine, beer, and spirits at an everyday low price. Davis Liquor Outlet offers the best service and the best price just for you. Visit davisliquoroutlet.com for a discount coupon and get directions to a store near you. Neighborhood locations with superstore prices. You'll find it at Davis Liquor Outlet.
The Drive to Zero Coalition reminds us that every life is important and invites you to join the Drive to Zero campaign. Drunk drivers are involved in 1/3 of all traffic crash fatalities. That's over 100 fellow Kansans. Please do your part. Designate a sober driver and get home safely. Buckle up. Eliminate distracted driving. And remember, in Kansas, you drink, you drive, you lose. Sponsored by the Kansas Department of Transportation and the Drive to Zero Coalition.
Hockey fans shop Tad's Locker Room, East and West, for the best in NHL. Bruins, Red Wings, Blackhawks, the Blues, Avalanche. Tad's Locker Room has what you're looking for. Tad's Locker Room is home for the top name brands and latest fashions for all sports. See for yourself why people all over town are saying, I got it at Tad's. Shop local with the fantastic team at Tad's, who has everything you need for all of your favorite teams. Tad's Locker Room East, 21st and Webb Road in the Cambridge Market, and west at 21st and Ridge Road. I got it at Tad's.
Welcome back here on the Wichita Thunder Radio Network. The Thunder losing here tonight by the final score of 5-3. Unfortunate that Nick Riopel got hurt in that third period, and Shane Sterrett had to come in. And unfortunately, after taking a shot off the helmet, Ryan Culkin with the game winner at 18:45 to give Fort Wayne the victory. Let's take a look at how the scoring went down. Chad Butcher at 8:28, a power play goal, got the scoring started for Wichita, with Kademi and Bauer getting the assists on his 8th of the season. At 10:55, Cheek from Desjardins and Culkin tied the game. Justin Hodgman scored at the 121 mark of the second period from Tyanulin and Binkley to give the Komets their first lead. Ryan Van Stralen, his first of the year at 5:36, tied it at 2 from Ralph Kademi. And then late in the second period, Bondry from Kademi and Tebow, and that made it 3-3 heading into the third. However, it was Trevor Cheek at 3:15 from Tyanulin and Desjardins with a rebound near the net that got through Riopel, and that tied it at 3. Actually, the Bondry goal made it 3-2 Wichita, and then the Cheek goal made it 3-3 in the third. Culkin, the game winner from Cheek and Larraza. That ended up being the difference. And then Szydlowski's 27th of the year, an empty net goal with Bobby Shea and Cheek getting the assists at 19:48. Thunder outshot 43-28 in the hockey game. Fort Wayne with 20 in the third period, the Thunder with 5 in the third. Wichita 1 for 4 in the power play. They score for the fourth straight game on the man advantage. Fort Wayne held to 0 for 3 on the power play. Getting the loss here tonight, unfortunately, for the Thunder will be Shane Sterrett, as he had to come in cold in the final 3 minutes of the game. And he gave up 1 goal on 4 shots, 3 saves. And the winning netminder, Michael Hauser, that's his 25th victory of the year. 25 of 28 in 59 minutes and 16 seconds of work for the Fort Wayne goaltender. The Komets record to 38-13-2-1, 79 points, and their point streak improves to 13 straight games on the season, and they improved to 17-8 on the road. Wichita 29-22-4-2, 64 points, and their record at 18-10-2-1 on home ice. 3 stars of the game. The third star was given to the game-winning goal, Ryan Culkin, who also had an assist in the contest tonight. Trevor Cheek with a pair of goals and an assist. Actually had 4 points. He was the second star. Ralph Kademi had 3 assists tonight. He was the number 1 star here for the hockey game tonight. Well, that will do it for us. As we want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to head coach Malcolm Cameron, Matt Harding, Zach Quarter, and Rob Boyle for contributing on tonight's broadcast. For the final time here from Wichita, the Thunder taking on the Idaho Steelheads on Friday and Sunday. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk to you on Friday at 6:20 with a pregame show. 7:05 is the opening face-off. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night, folks. The Komets win this one 5-3.